as we are once again live upon the internet. Anyhow, we appear to be. Let's make sure with bitrates and categories and titles that everything is set up correctly, and it does look like it. Yeah, let's jump in. Let's go to this character first. Don't remember actually how we left them. We did in the end do the dailies on this character. We did the dailies on the other characters, which is a good thing to do because yeah, they want to get those done. And yeah, actually I haven't. I'm mostly asleep. I wonder if I wouldn't mind later on actually rewatching.
You are now entering a safe area.
Did they like set up their VOD and stuff?
Wouldn't you know it? And if you're listening, that means you really are a lucky bastard.
7 hours.
Won the genetic lottery and can't catch the green poison like 95% of the rest of humanity. Oh no, you
One thing I wouldn't mind doing later on is saying, like once I started talking about the prototype stuff, I kind of zoned out and started talking my own shit, but kind of missed what they were, everything that they like well, some of the things they were talking about. Or am I going back and actually listening? Because I was like, we'll have patch notes. We don't have patch notes. So unless those came out, let me actually check. Let's see. Any conversation?
Yes, we are once again live upon the internet.
Shut up, me. I was downloading the VOD. That's funny. I put the VOD on download. Or to be going on download. Wait, actually that's not even the right VOD, is it? What? What? I'm very confused. And here it is. Yeah, let me catch up here for a second. So, I actually should have done this beforehand. But also I was just taking a nap and basically just woke up. It's also we're starting way late. Oh, okay. What is this conversation about? That's about something else.
Best gear for the streets, right here.
Oh yeah, let's. One things I should do is not pay attention to anything else for a few. All I got there was my one thing to leave my own Discord there. Let's see first here. So I guess I did do the dailies here. But then let's on this character quickly go and do a named run. And then we'll swap to character 2 to do that's why should we know PTS on Friday. Yeah. Let's see how that works out with my goals over here as well. 160 streams I see there. And yeah. Thanks for the patronage and hanging out. It's a good idea. I don't think either. I want to see patch notes tomorrow. I might even make a video before even it hits, just on the concept. Or before PTS comes out, just on the
Warning.
concept.
You are exiting the safe area.
But also, I don't think like that is not gonna happen. I think we're gonna get it. I think, like some decisions, it'll be detrimental to you. Oh, tactician gloves. Oh yeah, we made a striker on this character. Actually, after stream as well, I kind of messed around with it to get it all fixed up. Exotics. Some of the exotics were pretty strong anyway, but yeah, that's like problem number 12 down the line of major problems with prototype. It is such a dumb idea that should have never even been like thought about really. I'm kind of sad that it is, that it's like that we're getting this but not seasonal characters, for instance. Like my preferred way would have been the other way around. And I've already seen as well kind of some reactions by people of like, oh, this will be cool, and I'm just like, sometimes I don't want to per se like parts of the thing is, of course, it's only parts of the community, and but there are parts where I just go like, especially with some of the arguments around it as well. But we need to have some form of reward. I mean, if you hadn't devalued levels so much, you could have put levels there. If you hadn't devalued a lot of resources a bunch, you could have put resources there. But even now, you could stick exotic components there, and that would have been reward enough. But yeah, if nothing else as well, like I'm curious. So I'm curious to watch it. Someone was saying like they don't work in, you know, like they don't work in incursion and raid. I'm curious to see what that means exactly, actually, or what they said, or if they even said that. Because how does that even fucking work? So we have to now have other pieces that we just take into raid and incursion, like with conflict, where you set up builds just for that. Like, that's also then a fucked up thing. So, yeah. Oh, they could have just actually. I can agree with this. Make it tied to just that. That's also a shitty thing, because that's, you know, we're getting rewards for a mode from that mode, and it's just for that mode. Like, that doesn't make any sense really, but at least that would contain the issue. There's even augments and stuff. Like there's a, because I realized later as well, some of those that are listed as examples were at level 1. I didn't catch how many levels it had, but or if they said that. But yeah, at some point, if you have like a, I don't know, 5% chance at a status effect per bullet, not. Even like 1% would be a lot. Yeah, those things add up too. And then also, like, even because then also I realized like this balancing doesn't matter if global events, like the same way that they're talking, oh, the elite kill squads. what the fuck is the elite kill squad gonna do when we have reanimation, right? Like they're instantly dead. What do they do when we have Hollywood? Like your balancing is already broken in so many other ways beyond just the base issues. You know, if we get assault again, any of these missions is still gonna be peanut or ambush, more likely. That would work line better with it. So, yeah. Just mutations. No, that would have been. Or just tied to the slot. And then, yeah, just for that.
Readings indicate this area is safe.
But also then, like, probably not even that.
You are now leaving the safe
Because now
area.
you're just making basically a separate, you know, you're making a game mode modifier instead of a seasonal modifier. I mean, actually, no, that. But then also, that's not the thing that people want out of more difficulty per se. Not like more shenanigans. It should be just more. Hey, these guys have mechanics that are harder, like legendary. Build up power drop. Yep. And it is gonna happen because let's face it, anybody grinding out eventually will have most things like that. But yeah, it breaks with so much shit. And I'm just like, I'm even angry that like they thought this would be a good idea. Like that even makes me angry. But they thought this would be. I mean, for a large part, it will be still received, you know. Yeah. Yeah. The thing is, we also didn't know enough. Like, we know much more about this system than we know about what seasonal characters were going to become. We kind of have a little glimpse of it now with the realism mode kind of thing, because that's that system, like the double, you know, the double character screens. That was seasonal system, so you would have segregation of that character from the rest. But I totally would have been up for it. Like, what do you think making new accounts is and stuff? Also, it would solve the issues of, you know, people coming in and wanting the common thing of like, there's nobody ever matchmaking while leveling and stuff, right? That solves that because they can make it like, hey, you're starting a new season for new players. Like, hey, you just start on a seasonal character for your first season. You'll have plenty of people to play with because everybody's just like leveling up. I mean, that's what those seasonal systems are all built around anyway. It's just about having, you know, instead of having a structure that is in place that is ongoing, you have a structure that is every few months, it kind of, you know, resets back down and everybody kind of starts from the bottom. But then what you can have is that, you know, newer players onboarding can just be with veterans in the system. And everybody's just matchmaking through the missions and stuff like that, and, you know, kind of in the same way that the release of the game. So. There was a backlash to it, and there were some very loud parts of the community that were very vocally against it, and they nixed the whole idea. Without really ever explaining more on like what exactly actually their ideas were. And for me personally, it was a moment of like, oh yeah, no, I really dislike a lot of people within this community that I try to be in somewhat. Especially the argumentation, like I hate this in other games, so I hate it here, for instance, those kind of stuff. Or like it
Warning.
invalidates
Readings
my
indicate
characters
this
that I have
area
now.
is
Like
contaminated.
part of it to me always comes back to like people being their characters. To me, that's like never the case. I am not my characters. That's
Leaving
that's
contaminated
not
area.
like, oh, so everything they've done is invalidated. No, you, if nothing else, you experienced it. You're the human behind it. Like the characters, they're just data on a server somewhere.
Better torch the area.
I got this. I'm going in, guys.
But yeah, there's a reason I don't hang around on Reddit and stuff much anymore. I just can't. I just can't. Hey, George.
Torch the body.
It's changed now. A lot of them will also be against this, I would think. I mean, a part of it was always with that too, was just any change is bad change. And so they'll be against this too, partially, but the
我还以为这世界上
part of it is always also just, you know, being counter. There's always going to be, like, those people are always counter to any, oh, well, some of those. It's also easy to create an other, go like, hey, just basically end up with a straw man of other people's. There's plenty of. Thing is though that, yeah, there's always a large vocal part that is always going to usually lean towards discontent, because if you're discontent, then you speak up. But there's usually a much larger part of the player base that is just content and is just not being vocal because they're just content. That's always going to be the case. That's even real life politics, right? Like, and stuff like that.
Shit, I got blood on my shoes.
I'm feeling about today's stream. Overall, there's a lot of good changes, but there's basically. Oh wait, let me actually ban this one real quick. Oh, one of those spammers. A new game mode, retaliation, getting some changes to it. Not just black test, but also there's a system of storing amounts in there, and then also getting higher difficulty stuff in there with rare kill squads. Although I don't feel I have a good handle yet on how the kill squad or how the system there worked while they were explaining it. And yeah, new gear, new brand, new gear set, new brand set, all that stuff, exotics, named weapons, named items, of course. But then it's kind of overshadowed by the prototype system. So prototype is basically an upgrade to current, but also new gear dropping as prototype through escalation, the new game mode. And yeah, I think it's a really bad idea. What it especially does is it basically is effectively classified, so more stats on the gear plus extra small talents. Like they're not the talents we have now, but just some small extras on top. But also, yeah, increased stats, and you can upgrade your gear now into prototype. But just as a whole system, I think it's a really bad idea. Man, this class-wide striker just... I mean, ran this quite a bit with Predator's Mark and stuff. This deletes them a lot more consistently. We'll watch actually a little part. I'm not gonna watch the whole thing, but especially just the part about... after this run, we'll watch the part especially on the prototype gear and stuff. I was hoping, I mean, everyone is hoping for, or generally what you would get is patch notes right after the stream, but we're getting patch notes tomorrow.
Weapons free.
Once I kind of started talking about it and I realized what it kind of is, I just started like talking about why I despise it already. And didn't pay too much attention, and I was under like thinking of, we'll have the patch notes after. We'll see the details in there. But yeah, no patch notes. So we'll go back and watch a little bit. I need it here. Oh, actually, I actually didn't read the name there. But yeah, yeah, you might have got cut from my note tone there. Not a big fan of Proto Gear. I can understand from a design perspective coming to that, but I feel it goes against a big core of what Division gameplay is about, and I think it's gonna be bad for the game. That's right. Totally not paying attention to the name game. So, do you mean the expertise 30? Because yeah, actually, as I said there, kind of, I was, when I was watching the stream this afternoon, we were watching it live on stream. Kind of went off on a tirade right away. So kind of missed a few of the parts, but yeah, the expertise 30 seems like it's giving power, I feel, to people that already have power. It's gonna depend as well, because there's talks of, it depends on the specifics quite a bit of like, hey, where does how much more quickly can we go, like what are actually the rebalances to expertise, proficiency into expertise grading, like each of those steps, if it's changed quite a bit. But yeah, for instance, for now, expertise 30 on gear is not a cheap thing. Even if you reduce it by half, I feel that's still or you know, everything kind of gets reduced by half. It's just still very expensive. And I feel that will then drip feed into one builditis, which is never a thing I'm in favor of. But I do want to go back and watch, like, yeah, that part.
Now entering a safe area. Warning. You are exiting the safe area.
Yeah, they would likely be able to, like, get into the escalation system. Also depends as well how common the gear is and stuff.
You need to get your priorities straight.
And that, of course, can all be fine-tuned and such, but I think just the system as a whole would not be the greatest idea of creating basically a two-tiered gear system. Because also, yeah, I get heavy classified vibes of it, and I'm also not a big fan of classified. Because at least this doesn't remove build diversity, but it does create a two-tiered system for gear. And then also, yeah, I'm fearful for the balance on everything else, because it seems tailored for escalation, but that's likely not the only thing we'll be playing right afterward. What happens to the open world when we take even more powerful gear into it? No, I'm kind of curious. Actually, when it drops out of the.
What's the point? Doesn't seem to matter where we go.
Was a predator? Was it max stats? Just in case. The thing is, though, that the max statiness of it, because that also actually is one of the nice things, both on Division 1 and 2, is well, first of all, at some point, assholes like me will have max gear. Like, as rare as it would be, I'll have a maxed out striker set with an equalizer and overdogs, or well, not maybe overdogs, maybe 2-piece units with exotics also, of course, and that's cool. And you should, and I feel like that would be balancing for, like, on average, which is kind of fine, but then also you have to always keep in mind that at some point, somebody's gonna have a maxed out thing. But then also that removes the part of optimization, like not having optimization there, I feel is actually detrimental. Like I can kind of get for not letting it like get out of hand too quickly. But one of the nicest thing about also Division 1, optimization wasn't there always, of course, but what I can do is I can, for instance, this account is now like 2 months old. This is like my second account and then running in Div 1. By now, I just got a striker set complete with the current global event, and I can hit the exact same stats I have on my main account without grinding away thousands of hours by just optimizing, right? Like I can find a good piece that is good enough and then optimize it, and then my build and, you know, my main account's build, everybody else's build, as long as we're kind of like, you know, hitting the same stats and setting it up in the same ways, we're all in the same power level, you know. We're flat, and then it becomes also then player agency and player capabilities above that, of course. But now as well, for instance, considering the speedrunning, for instance, side of things, it's back to for being tied to, hey, how good is your gear, right? But also in the open world, like, hey, I got lucky, I got this god roll. You can't have this. My build plays like this, but your build doesn't. Right? Like your build does less just because you didn't get lucky. Because that was kind of the issue as well early, before optimization in Division, like in Gear 1.1,
You're now leaving the safe
1.0. It was often like, hey, yeah, I've got better stats than you. You can't make this build unless you go and get lucky with this piece or farm up this piece. Exactly. Because we do have that now as well with some pieces like the unicorns and the super unicorns, but that's still limited. And this would be just everything. Like those are like a singular item that you just have to find the rare version of so you can record them. Oh wait, let me actually catch up here. I'm just rambling away with that, paying attention. Level team, yeah. Let's went to what exotics you see. Let's start on what I should do max if you add the requirements. Oh, that guarantees one stat max. But yeah, eventually everybody, like, well, not everybody, but a lot of people will have that max stat, and I'm I can see like the future path of that is going to be eventually there's going to be optimization there for it. So direct, one star spending max. Yeah, this is the big garbage. Yeah, but also I don't think like it's being RNG-ish, because if the max stats are possible, like a one stat being maxed on a 30, that's all fine and dandy. But then if max stats are possible, eventually, Especially people that like play the game way too much, like me, will get max stats. But then also, like, that makes it, it's kind of, yeah, back to pre-optimization. You can't make this build exactly like this because you know, I got lucky with this one piece and you haven't yet. Which, actually, yeah, both Division 1 and 2, I really enjoy optimization just because you can kind of have a level playing field. And that is then kind of undermined if we're starting with different. First of all, like, yeah, not even having the ability to even upgrade gear and stuff. But
I'm telling you, I know a safe place just a few blocks from here.
But yeah, because also depend. But yeah, as a whole, I'll also make a video actually on it, kind of. Because here I'm just kind of rambling a little bit. I'll put my thoughts in a video. Because for a lot of the other things, I think the gear set looks interesting. The brand set seems a little undertuned, but I could see where it's kind of going. But I think actually, yeah, that brand set could use some small changes as well, man. And then the guns are actually interesting, and the talent is interesting. But yeah, so the motion faster. I mean, it's not about red enemies. It's just the balance. There's a balance already in place for, you know, heroic open world, where if you're taking so much more stats into it, that there it falls apart. Because it then almost becomes of a, like, if I have good gear, to just be doing escalation at that moment. But yeah. Or even, yeah, countdown and stuff.
Don't get sloppy.
Stop sniping. Oh, that's the turret. This guy's always annoying. Let's get the weapon force at the end here. I can get the wanting the rewards part of it. It's just, yeah, the system itself that I have more issues with. Because I think, honestly, from a rewards perspective for that, even, yeah, just exotic components or like other resources could have been enough. Because I totally get from a, you know, yeah, this is a shiny, and hey, actually having upgrades to the gear and stuff. Like, I can kind of see it from that perspective. It's kind of what classifieds are here. Like, farming classifieds, I really enjoy in Division 1. Them destroying the build diversity, not so much. But there's definitely, yeah, the tingle of, hey, I got something new. But I don't feel like there being that level of a new is then healthy. Yeah. No, no, heroic, you have still plenty of reds and such, but that, yeah, that's just the spawn system, basically. But yeah, of course, on solo, you still see all archetypes, and then that's, or all veteran season archetypes. Let me get your shares. Well, better than the familiar. I would kind of agree with that as well. Like, one of the parts that I enjoy is more taking like what I already have. I can totally get from the, you know, the looter, the shooter part, the adding in loot. But I feel there's also, yeah, the just taking what I already know, because then as well, it's going to be shifting builds the
You
whole
are now
time.
entering
Like,
a safe area.
for instance, with a striker,
Take a look.
right? Like, I kind of know what I feel that, I mean, that's like down the rung, but that matters less. But it'll even mess with those kind of things where now if we have a maxed out build, we have that maxed out build. Now it can shift every time, which can lead to interesting gameplay, but also means that you can't, it'll be harder to feel for consistency. To like use a build over and over again and know exactly what capabilities are when it's getting like upgraded every few runs. At least it's not classified. I'll give it that. Because yeah, classified is definitely where a little bit more of an issue that they ended up being.
I'll be here if you change your mind.
It's like that. Oh yeah, with that name run in the bag, let's go actually to a different character here. They got the D3 holes. I'm actually not going to keep that. I already have a D3 set. I'll keep this tactician glove.
Sorry you didn't see anything you liked.
Also, I don't know if anybody's actually in Div 1, perhaps. I'm gonna go do some bounties. If anybody's interested in
Hey,
joining
anything
me
you look
for a set of bounties, let me know. Weekly bounties. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Let's go in there. Yeah, and I can see the idea of like, yeah, we need something new, shiny for the new shiny mode. But I don't think, because yeah, this as the two core problems for me will be this unbalances everything else, and I got in the future then yeah, everything else can be rebalanced up to this. But then also, is that the mean that that's through an escalation system, because that adds a lot of complexity to everything then. Because what about the players, you know, because you can't just rebalance heroic, right? You need to
Readings indicate this area
give
is
something
safe.
else that is then at the power level of the upgraded prototype game. And the other is not having uniformity in builds and having a two-tiered, like every one of the things, like even with classifieds, that they aren't as bad as that likely for, it depends how quickly like people can get to a set. But if I'm loading up my build and they ask me, hey, what are you running? And I'm showing them a classified build, right? Like from a new player's perspective, yeah, that gives them something to chase after, but it also means that for likely the first 100 hours instead of the first like 3 hours, they'll be chasing that. And I feel Division especially is much more, like Division to me isn't about taking this build and making it the best build that it can be, or whatever, you know, however many slots. It's about having, you know, having a striker, having a predator, having a tactician, having a reclaimer, it's more about the width of it. And this is very much building tall. So this is building one build up quite a lot, And then that's also going to be detrimental to the rest, because if I have a striker that's prototyped, am I really going to run a Coco that isn't? And it's going to take a while till that Coco is then, you know, but then I have now 2 builds, and then, okay, but then what about my clips, and what about my tipping skills? What about... That's the thing that I worry about with a mode or with an tier system like this, because it creates a tier of like, okay, some of my gear is now in this tier. Expertise does that too, but expertise is not likely, at least from what I saw, it seems 50% on the stats, right? Up to, and then the minor talent thingy. But that's still a lot. That's still, especially if it's already the gear that's already gear like expertise 30, because that already, you know, here in Div 1 I'm much more sometimes interested in experimenting, because I can go like, oh, I'll use, you know, some other weapon, and just, you know, it's not 30 expertise behind the main weapon I have now. So you can play around with different types of weapons and stuff like that. Division 2 already sometimes has that problem of like, okay, I need to get shit done. I'm going to go grab my Lexington with grade 30. I'm not going to like run a fall or something. Oh, to give it a reason, you mean, Bartos? I think that, because, yeah, you can just, there are things we even want, even as endgame players, right? Like just more exotic components or something.
Hey,
There's ways of just rewarding what we already, through the systems that we already have. I feel. But yeah, let's actually watch that section again, because I've been meaning to watch that section where they kind of talk about prototype and stuff again. Because I was hoping for patch notes after the stream, but yeah, that'll come tomorrow. So it's not a very long thing, but because the gear and stuff, yeah, that's all written then. Anyway. Let's go over here. I'm just gonna go and put this character somewhere else so we don't have that background chatter. Yeah.
Black Tusk is launching multiple assaults on the streets of Washington.
As for a lot of this other stuff, also just to
like, need to figure out why.
And I'm being
and what is going on, and there's so much.
Shut up already. For a second. That's in the game yelling at me there.
Warning. Now leaving the safe area.
Because for a lot of the other stuff, like the retaliation stuff, definitely I'm on board for. I'm looking forward to Black Tusk. I'm also actually fine with, for instance, the raid items and stuff going into that system, especially with some rarity and stuff there. That's fine.
Going on.
It's only really
so
prototype.
Everywhere, but
just,
you know, it's gonna take a lot of effort, and it's gonna take all of you to rise up to the challenge to make sure that you can stop them.
All right, so let's start with the seasonal modifiers, because I feel that they are the core mechanics of every season.
You know what? We'll watch at
1.5. Going deep with the RPG
and I should pay attention.
Combinations and variants. I'm super excited to see how much fun our hardcore players will have with those seasonal modifiers, because they're super customizable, and I feel that this is a very fun part of the season as well, right?
Yes. So let's look at modifiers. First, I want to point out, do you see something different when I look around? No yellow filter.
No yellow filter. Okay. Yeah, that's something that we heard you. It's on Trello already, but yeah, we plan to.
We're fixing it.
We're fixing it. Yeah.
Okay, so let's go to the inventory and let's look at that modifier then. All right, so grab your notebooks, your Excel sheets, get ready. This stream from now on is going to be pretty much just a menu gameplay live stream. So I hope you're ready because we're going to be looking at a lot of menu screens. So let's talk about this season modifier. So this season, the global modifier is called recombinant. And the idea of this
There's also the
season
global
is
modifier.
imagist. Look at those values. You're going to get stacks or modules, how we call that. No, you're going to get stack in 3 different
Also, not having a
offense,
damage
defense,
component
utility.
is
At the beginning of
interesting.
the season, it's going to be 10 in each one of them. Each of those stacks will contribute to a bonus, a passive bonus that applies to your agent. And they all start equal, as I said, 10 in each. They're not changing from gameplay, so they're always going to be a 10. What's going to change them is here, and that's your passive modifiers. So basically what happens is by applying passive modifiers, you're going to be changing the values of those stacks.
I don't think they
Sometimes
gave
you're going to be adding,
values.
sometimes you're going to be
They generally
removing, sometimes
don't.
you're going to be removing from one, adding to the next. There's a lot of different things in here, and also there is a lot of passives.
In
A
the
lot of
DS.
I think we have 34 this season,
Yes,
right?
this
It's
is
a
the
lot
right
of them for
answer,
people
yeah.
to try out, but it's not only about trying them out individually, right?
No. So if you look at this, for example, here, I've removed all of them, so now I will have 20. So why do I have 20? Well, because I gain extra stacks because of the progression of my active modifiers. We'll get back to that. That's part of the seasonal progression. So at the beginning of the season, you'll have 10 in each. At the end of the season, or when you're done with your season journey and your active progression, you will be at 20 in each. But then, when you go in your passives, so passives are organized in offense, defense, utility, and wildcards. I'll get back to that. So when you look at your passives, for example, look at this one, amplify, increase offense stacks by 5. So pretty straightforward. I equip that one, and now I have 25 offense stacks, and you see my weapon handling value goes from 20% to 25%. Pretty straightforward. Then you have a bunch of different ones. I'm not going to go through all of them, but this one, for example, increase offense stacks, god damn it, by 10, but decrease defense and utility by 5. So you can see this, how this is going to go. Every single one of those has different ways of changing the stacks, and once again, the stacks are passively modifying your values. So you can mix and match them whichever way
One
you want.
digit from 1 to 9, like a 9% drop rate
20,
is still
13, 15,
really
okay,
high.
cool. You can mix and match them. Now, there's 2 things that you need to know. One, the order in which you equip your passive modifiers matters. So if you have one that
It also
adds and
depends
then one
how
multiplies,
rare those
that's gonna lead to a
elite
different
kill
value, then you
squads
should
and stuff
multiply
are.
first and the add.
It's a
methods,
whole
for example.
structure.
Plenty of combinations. And then the second thing is deep down here, we have the wildcard ones. And those are the ones that completely flip the whole thing over and completely change the way your modifiers will, or your passives will work and your stats will work. So basically, for example, all module stacks become equal to the middle value stack if the middle value blah, 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 is equal to. So anyway, all of that, this, for example, here, I went back to 20. So obviously that.
You need to equip in different modules. You're just equipping on the first
I'm
one.
equipping on the first one.
Yeah, that's
You're
the
right.
reason.
So if I go back to what I was doing here,
Yes.
let's do that, and I had this one, I think. So yeah, 35, 15, 15. So obviously putting the last one here is not going to be a good idea. I don't know all the passives, so don't ask me to demonstrate a good combination here. I don't have them in mind. If I put this one, that's probably a bad idea because they will all be equal to the middle value, which here would mean probably lowering this one. So anyway, the point is play around with all those passives, and you can get some pretty insane values here by just finding out how to combine all those things.
Yeah, someone in chat say, hey, Yannick, please go slow because I'm taking notes. This is all going to be available through the patch notes that will be shared with you most likely tomorrow. The PTS starts on Friday, so tomorrow you have the preload, and Friday you have the PTS build for you to test and play around. If I'm not mistaken, all the passive modifiers will be unlocked since the beginning, so you'll be able to play around, and that's very important to experiment because with 34 and you can change the order, and the order matters. You have a lot of different outcomes you can get from this, and therefore we need a lot of feedback from different specific combinations. Maybe you're going to find something that is super strong and we haven't seen yet.
Look at that, I have 60 now, but that no longer affects stats. So the offense stacks now at 60, but I no longer get a bonus from that. And why is that? Well, that actually plays into the active modifiers.
Yep.
So the
That's
active,
Oh, that's why that one was.
and obviously you have one that is more offense-minded, one defense-minded, one utility-minded. They each have an effect, those actives, and that effect will scale with your stacks. So for example, now, as you've seen, I put 60 in offensive stack. That offense stack no longer has a passive bonus, but therefore it's going to increase my active modifier because here it's 10 meter base plus 0.5 meter per offensive stack, so plus 30 meters in my case here. So it's a very, the whole point is that it's a super flexible system.
Oh, it's a
really
97
build it, in many ways. I think some people did the math in the team and can't remember what was the number. There's over 30,000 or 50,000 combinations possible of
I mean, if you take
modifiers,
every single
with this season. Now, mind you, not all of them are good. Probably there's going to be bad combinations, but there's going to be some really good ones.
Yes, and for the first time in this season, you're not going to get the modifiers through your seasonal journey. Actually, you're going to get a currency, coins. I don't know. I don't remember exactly the name that we gave to them, but you will be able to buy the passive modifiers you want. So you're not locked behind like any specific mission. You can just go there and unlock.
Can I show that here? I mean, we have all of them now, but this is basically where this will happen. We've added this laptop for this season. You see, it's called. It has the name of this the modifier, and from here you will be able to
big ass black dust logo.
But this is where you will be able to buy your passives. So this season, instead of unlocking passives, you will get a currency, and then you get to pick which passives in which order you wanna buy.
Exactly. So, it's called the BTSU firmware. So, yeah.
Can you buy the coins? No, you can't buy the coins. We're not that kind of game.
You get as reward through your seasonal journey. So that's the modifiers of the season. Please have fun, enjoy, try to create as much as you can different combinations of how you can play with those passive modifiers and see if you can have like very strong builds and very strong combinations. So with that said, we didn't mention the hostile countermeasures, the modifiers from the hostile.
Let's look at them. Sorry, I was confused. So
But also the hostile stuff is not.
So the hostile modifiers will actually be impacting your passives, and so when you're getting hit by those modifiers, you may this may deactivate some of the passives you have. This may lower the stacks you have. So you're going to have to pay attention to those hostile icons. And when you get affected by one, this will show in your UI. So yeah, in general, without going in details here, you see, for example, eliminating this enemy with anything except a headshot disables one of your passive modifiers, chosen randomly. Eliminating 3 enemies or leaving combat removes the effect. So you have to kill them with headshots, for example, the ones that have this icon. Otherwise, you're going to be disabling your passives.
Yeah.
So you build those passives, you combine them in whichever you want, you get all those stacks, you get those super powerful bonuses, but then this will change dynamically during combat based on the hostile modifier. So you will have to prioritize the targets based on what you see, what icons you see above their heads.
All right, so now we've gone through the seasonal modifiers, we know how they work, and something very important that we're bringing to the season, we are going to talk about gear later, but something very important that we're talking is the Black Tusk Challenge, right? And there's a feature that will represent everything that we're talking about, the Black Tusk. So if you could open your map, I feel that people will understand what we're talking about.
Well, I'm going to go a couple tabs here, and I'm going to go to retaliation, because for this season, and
you're big. If we can reduce your size on screen.
Oh yeah, I'm just at the wrong place. Thank you. So with this season, and not just for the season, this will stay. By the way, this is a permanent addition. But yes, the Black Tusk will now retaliate in the world as well. So this is going to work in a similar way. When you're defeating Black Tusk, you're going to be building agitation meter. You're also building Black Tusk agitation by defeating other factions. So it's a bit of a wildcard faction. But yes, there will be Black Tusk retaliation. They will take over name zones. They will take over control points in those name zones. So that's a whole new ingredient that we're adding to the retaliation system. And once again, this will stay in the game. There's a bunch of quality of life improvements that we're doing to the system as well. I think we'll get to that. And also, as part of this season only, when you get kill squads from a Black Tusk retaliation, you have a chance to actually not get a normal kill squad, but an elite kill squad. And this one is one that's been designed specifically for this season. It is stronger, tougher.
So it's not a special retaliation, right?
It's just Team 9,
random,
and you're going to be able to
chats.
get their, for example, their outfit through the seasonal pass. But they're supposed to be very strong, and they have some pretty good rewards. Do you want to talk about those?
Sorry, I wasn't listening. I was reading chat.
So
should I say yes?
You can say yes, but we can go through the quality of life improvements as well. Because one of the things that we have here is the fact that we have a number 2 inside the circle, right? So that's a new thing.
Yeah. So one of the ideas, one of the things we wanted to add to retaliation is the ability to play them back to back. Because sometimes building the agitation meter, then you have to do the retaliation, then build the meter again, do the retaliation. If that's what you want to do, we wanted to make sure that you have a chance to actually play them back to back. So one thing we've added is this mechanic. That's I forgot how we call it.
Agitation.
What's unclear from this is if you can build up in other
you can fill the
ones.
Not once, not twice, but 3 times. So when it's filled once, you can trigger a retaliation as usual. But if you want, you can keep filling the bar a second time and a third time, and therefore that will allow you to play as many retaliation back to back as the bar was filled. So if you have 3 of them,
because it looks like the other ones are still stuck at like 99%.
And it's not the same name zone, so you're going to go from one name zone to the other.
Yeah.
So you can't have.
What's very important about this is that combined with the other quality of life feature.
I hope you can store from
we are giving the players
factions
when they can play, when they want to play retaliation, right?
Yeah.
Because now when the trigger, when the clocker, the agitation meter feels, you don't need to immediately play. You can save for later. And another feature that we're bringing to this season is changing how the timer for retaliation works, right? So more important, how does it work? Now we are seeing that 3 hours and 51 minutes. Right now, as you guys are playing, if you go back,
should have put that in the UI just to
but
show
that's
it.
not actually what's going to happen on season 1.
No, so now that timer is actually your in-game time, and what that means is if you log off and you come back in 2 hours, you will find the timer exactly at the time where you left it. So that means you're no longer losing that timer by not playing the game. The timer just only reflects how long you've actually been logged into the game.
So yeah, now you have a more realistic timer compared to your actual gameplay. Something very important that you guys may notice based on how it works is that if the Black Tusk take a name zone, they will have the ownership of control points. That's something new as well that we're adding this season. They're not going to do activities or different activities like resource convoys that I had from other factions. They're just taking care of those control points. So now there's also a new feature that we have by consequence of having,
as I said, that's
retaliation
happening
for Black Tusk, right? And there's another part that is
well, it's just
one
one
thing I just
season.
wanted to mention quickly, because just to be very clear, the overclock mechanic, that's for all factions, right? That's not just Black Tusk. So we are showing it here on Black Tusk, but all factions can have an overclock.
you can see the number 0 inside all the
Do you mean this stuff? I mean more just like that one's active,
because
so we
got
can
a
get
lot of
more
feedback
charges
about
in
it
it. I wonder
is
if like
about
only in
matchmaking.
the active
So,
one you
yay,
can get
now
more
you can
charges.
matchmake
Look at that.
retaliation. You can see that.
It's beautifully placed in that menu. You can't miss it, but yes, you can now queue
Yeah.
for retaliation.
Because this is, for instance, also.
Yeah, that's a big one that we noticed that players would appreciate.
But it depends also how does this one
the
exactly
question that I
work.
made before,
Actually.
that also this is gonna create some conversations there, is about the rewards you can get from the Elite Kill Squad.
Yes, so there's a whole set of exotics that you can get, and exotic blueprints that you can get from the Black Tusk. And one
We'll
thing
see.
that we're
It'll
bringing
become
is some of the exclusive
evident.
exotics that are available in other places.
Because currently the system is like,
getting the Elite Kill Squad.
if one is in
but
retaliation, you
exotics,
can't
for example, and
get
other ones will be
100% on a
available
different one.
for this season at a very low chance, but still.
And those
you can
other
actually
two
get them
being
by
at
getting
like
the Elite Kill
full
Squad
but
of the
not,
Black Tusk.
So
you know,
need to,
triggered.
for play retaliation against Black Tusk retaliation,
Makes me
you need to have the chance, the luck of
suspicious.
facing the Elite Q Squad, and then you have a drop rate that is also going to be implemented on that, and then you have to craft those blueprints. So this is exclusive for this season, Rise Up. So you go there as soon as it's on, you have the chance to farm those long-awaited exotics that I know that a lot of you have been asking for.
Yeah,
Wait,
and I see-
exclusive
and I
to
know
the
that some
season?
people will
What?
react and say, well, what's the point of
What do
raids
you mean
now,
exclusive
if
to
the exclusives
retaliation?
are no longer exclusive. And yeah, it's not the first time we're bringing those exclusives in other places.
Right.
And I
Are
understand
the
the
Elite
feeling,
Kill
absolutely.
Squad just
I
for
think, you know,
the...
the point is
No,
that
right.
it's still a much more predictable way of getting those. But that being said, yes, we know. And
I
we're looking
can
at
go
ways
back.
of bringing new...
What did you just say?
So you
places, you will be able to get them by getting the Elite Kill Squad. So that means some of the raid exotics, for example, and other ones will be available for this season at a very low chance, but still you can actually get them by defeating the Elite Kill Squad of the Black Tusk.
So you need to first play retaliation against Black Tusk retaliation. You need to have the chance, the luck of facing the Elite Q Squad, and then you have a drop rate that is also going to be implemented on that, and then you have to craft those blueprints. So this is exclusive for this season, Rise Up. So
Okay.
you go there as soon as
Wait, no,
it's
I'm
on, you
against
have the
this.
chance to farm those long-awaited exotics.
Why
I
isn't
know
that
a lot
just
of you have been
always
asking
there?
for.
Yeah, and I see, and I know that some people will react and say, well, what's
So
the point of raids now,
temporary
if the
blueprints that
exclusives
people
are
later
no
on
longer
can't
exclusive?
get?
And yeah, it's not the first time we're bringing those exclusives in other places. And I understand your feeling, absolutely. I think, you know, the point is that it's
Them
still a
just
much more predictable
actually
way of getting
dropping
those. But that being said, yes, we know
them, I would be
and,
more
we're looking
fine
at
with
ways of bringing
them
new,
being blueprints.
you know, new, fresh exclusive rewards or a new sense of exclusivity to those pieces of content. So I know we're diluting those rewards in other places, but don't worry, for raid lovers, hopefully we'll have good news.
I mean, any number
Alright,
is
so
better
we're done
than
with
one.
Black Tusk retaliation, and now comes the fun part, or I believe the new fun part, right? Should we go to? I think we should go to the that direction.
Should we go to inventory?
We'll see actually in the PTS if
I don't know, I
that
don't know
works
which
that
one
way.
would be
Because
better.
Okay, well, actually, I'm
yeah,
going to start here.
it might just be
So-
the UI setup.
I feel that
in-
we can show this and then we show the inventory and then we go there.
Look at this. There's a new thing here.
The blueprints and
what we're going
stuff
to find here is a new
they
feature, a
say
completely
is
new
for
feature, but it's
that
called
season.
escalation.
So the Elite Kill
And what
Squads.
escalation is, it's a new layer of
That's what I
difficulty
took
and
from
challenge
that.
that is added to the main missions of
For,
the game.
for that season.
So when you're going to go in this menu, I don't know, let's see what we can see. So there will be a rotation, but is on, I don't know how many, actually I don't know if it's every week or every X amount of days, but anyway, where some missions will be selected and those missions will be available for escalation. Escalation comes in tiers. It goes from tier 0 to tier 9, I believe. And each of those tiers makes the experience more challenging. So it starts, tier 0 is the equivalent of heroic difficulty, and then it goes beyond that. So every tier will make the NPCs deal more damage, have more health, have more armor, as you can see in this screen. But not only. At specific tiers, we're also going to be unlocking what we call mutators, which are bespoke modifiers to those enemies. So it's not just a question of scaling, it's also a question of gameplay affecting changes. So the enemies will have special gameplay twists applied to them at specific tiers. So this is going to, you know, bring a whole new level of challenge for those of you that have way exceeded heroic difficulty or even incursion or raids or legendary difficulty. This is going to add some granularity, but also a whole new layer of challenge that hopefully is going to keep you on your toes.
Yeah, no, I saw someone already asking, and that's it. So tier 0 of escalation is right now heroic, and you have 10 tiers above that. So we're not bringing an extra tier after legendary. Actually, we're bringing 10 tiers on top of heroic.
Yeah, and maybe just to show you just a bit more how that works, because there's actually a bit more to this.
Maybe we can check the gear before joining.
No, I'm not going to play. I just want to show how it works. But when you look at this mission, so this is the way escalation works. So from the menu in the White House, I was able to fast travel directly to the mission. And here I have the escalation. I have again the sum up, and you see those tiers here at the bottom. What you're going to see is that we have a new thing, that is tier tokens. It's a new currency. So what happens is you actually need to spend those tokens to increase the tier of that escalation. I spend 1 token. If I succeed in that mission, I will gain 3 tokens. If I fail that mission, and failure is permanent, I will lose the token I put in here. So there's
Also looks like you have to
here, so be
unlock
careful
the
not
other
to
ones?
exceed your ability and try to go too high in tiers. But as you unlock the tiers, it's going to cost more. It's going to give you more tokens.
As you
We're going
unlock
to
the
boost the
tiers.
NPCs more and more. We're going to start unlocking mutators. And as you complete those tiers, you will unlock the following tiers all the way to the last one where the difficulty will be at the highest level.
Oh, so I have to
Press G,
just
we can see some of the mutators there because you can
do
see the
10 in a
icons
row,
and this is the description
basically.
of the mutators that we have. For example, we have Harvest there. It's very tiny for me to read, so I need to get my notes here. But yeah, we have Harvest, that is when dealing damage, this enemy regenerates armor and health by a percentage of your maximum armor. So we have enemies with different special, almost like hostile modifiers specifically for these escalation modes, right?
Exactly. You have some of them are global mutators. They will be applied to the whole thing. Some of them are bespoke enemy mutators applied to NPCs. So this will be applied again based on the tier that you're in. So here we're in tier 2. So you see those 2 mutators have a chance to be applied on NPCs when you're going to be playing that escalation. I've paid 3 tokens for it. I'm going to get 6 tokens for completion. So you always get your investment back plus some extra, enough to go into the next tier or to keep repeating that tier to get more tokens.
And it's very important to remember that, remind all of you that this version of the game that we're playing and we're showing right now is an internal build. So this is not the version that you're going to play tomorrow, sorry, not tomorrow, but Friday. And for example, this account has 999 tokens. This is not how you're going to start. You're going to start with way less, and you need to manage those tokens and the challenge so you can keep. You're betting on yourself on the quality of how well you're going to perform.
Yeah.
Right.
I see. There's a question here on is this season exclusive? No. This is a permanent feature that we're adding to the game. It's going to stay here. It is applied to missions, and difficulty and challenge is a whole thing that we want to look at the entire game. We're starting with missions, with escalation, and throughout the year we're going to be looking at how do we also address difficulty and challenges in other places as well.
Yeah, and before jumping in the action to show how it looks, I feel that there's one person who asked one question that I lost in the middle of it, but I think it's super important that it's what are the rewards? Why someone should play this? And I feel that this is the perfect opportunity to introduce another new thing, right?
Glad you asked. What are the rewards? Obviously, we're not going to do that and just have you found the same stuff all over again, right? So I'm going to go back to the White House just so I don't get
with the same stuff
while I'm doing this. But we're going to go back to inventory. I said this would be a menu live stream, so our inventory live stream. So let me show you something that you've never seen before.
Ooh, this is mysterious.
Wow. In here, look at that baby. Let me introduce you, ladies and gentlemen, to prototype gear. And prototype gear, what is it? It's a new quality layer added to the items. This applies to high-end items and gear set items. They can now exist in prototype version. And what prototype means? It means 2 things. It means higher stats, higher rolls, and a whole new thing that we're calling augments. Augments is a new modifier that is applied to your item. It rolls randomly. When you drop a prototype, there's a set of augments. So a bit like talents, but they come on top of talents, so they don't replace talents. And what you can see with those augments, the big difference with talents is that first they apply to every piece of gear. So every single piece of your gear can have an augment. And second, they're not situational like talents. Talents are like do a headshot and then 3 spin around and then you're going to get plus 5% damage. Here, these are usually passive abilities that are applied to your build. On top of that, augments level up. So the more you use the weapon, the more XP you gain into this weapon. You can upgrade this augment to gain in power. So that 1.5 refill chance is going to increase to something more and something more.
How many levels are there?
And you can level it up the more you use it. And the last thing is that those augments also stack. So I have this augment paradox. If I have a second piece of prototype equipped that also has paradox, that bonus will be combined.
Yeah, we were wondering before the stream if we should start with this, and then based on your excitement in the chat, we noticed that this is something that you guys were very excited. So we on purpose decided to leave it for the end because this changed a lot, right? We're giving a whole new layer
prototype Lexington
of power for players like the prototype Lexington, and now people will be wondering like, hey, how far I can go and how I can get those, right? And this is where escalation comes, and also the whole system of how you can upgrade those prototype gears, because we're making sure that we're valuing your time on creating your perfect build.
Yes, exactly. So the whole thing is that prototype, you can also upgrade existing items into prototype quality. It's not going to be easy, but you can do it. So it's really about your time. So there's a couple of things I'm going to show you. More menus. Kudos to our UI team for all those menus they had to create for this season. They really worked their butts off, and it paid off. So thank you, love you guys. So let me press M here to go into the proto lab. And the proto lab is basically where you can control your prototype item. You can re-roll your augment if you don't like it. So works a bit like a recalibration. You can basically re-roll the augment and get to pick. Let me try to do it. I re-rolled and I rolled a new one. I currently have this one. This is the new one that I rolled. I get to choose, do I want to keep the one I have? Do I want to pick the new one? Mind you, if you pick the new one, you will lose the progression. So it's really a question for you. Do you want to keep the one you have at the level you have it? Or do you want to go back from augment level 1, but an augment that you prefer? So you get to keep or change the augment. So that's number one thing you can reroll. Then the second thing that we mentioned is, yes, in the tinkering station, you now have access to the proto lab directly here. Level you have it, or do you want to go re-rolled, and I rolled the new. And the proto lab is basically where you can control your prototype item. You can re-roll your augment if you don't like it.
New.
So works a bit like a recalibration. You can basically re-roll the augment and
you can upgrade it with.
I re-rolled and I rolled a new one. I currently have this one. So 2% chance to refill your magazine. Yay. This will be added again with all the prototype items I have that have this augment. So you can level it up to 10, I believe, is the maximum. There's a new currency that we're bringing in here, of course, that goes with that. And And then the other thing, as we said, is you can upgrade items. So for example, I have this striker piece here. So there's a couple conditions for this. You need the item to be expertise 30, and you need it to be max rolled. So you need to optimize the weapon or the item to the maximum. Once it is at the maximum, or it can be just directly a gold roll, you don't have to use optimization, but anyway, once it's at the maximum and expertise maximum, you can upgrade it to prototype. So if I take this piece and I say upgrade, I now got a prototype striker glove, which mathematically is always better. So you're not losing by upgrading, because those stats are always going to be better than the previous stats that you had. So you're going to see that you're not losing, and your expertise bonus remains applied to the item. So
yeah,
this is
in this case, we could upgrade all those prototypes that are there, right?
Yes. So you can upgrade everything. And yeah, so you can upgrade everything, and you can start having fun building your prototype builds. So escalation, the new difficulty layer, is where you will be able to drop prototype items. Obviously, the higher you go in tiers in escalation, the more chances you will have to get prototype items, and the better quality they will be, which means higher rolls as well. Because prototypes here, we probably don't see that because I think they're all maxed out, but in the game when you get them, they will not necessarily be maxed out. So there will be RNG again. Once again, the minimum value
Is
of
that
a roll on
upgraded
prototype is
items
equal to what was the maximum
maximum?
value of it before it was prototype. So again, you will never have something that is worse than the high-end or gear set version of it.
Okay.
But you will need to play the RNG game in order that is worse. Once again, the minimum value of a roll on a prototype is equal to what was the maximum value of it before it was prototype. So again, you will never have something that is worse than the high-end or gear set version of it. But you will need to play the RNG game in order to actually get the maxed out version. So it's a whole new grind available for all of you.
And some people ask about if prototype gear could be specialization weapons or exotics. I think that's important to mention what is eligible to be upgraded to prototype, right?
Yes, so it's high-end items, it's gear set items, it's named items are available for prototype, not exotics, but yeah, all those items.
All right.
I see a bunch of reactions to expertise as well. Don't worry, this comes also with a sweet pass on expertise and all of that to make it easier and faster to max out your expertise.
But also
I think
cost.
this offers us another opportunity to show another quality of life update that we're bringing, because for now you've noticed it's been a menu stream. We've been spending a lot of time on this, and it's important to go through that because it's a very complex season with a lot of different new.
So wait,
new
you can have
systems,
a
and we know how you guys are
10%
gonna
chance
try
to
break
fill
it
your
and try to
magazine
make
by
all the
2 for
combinations.
each bullet
So
spent.
to make sure that you have have your life easier to do that, we are bringing a new quality of life improvement that is the future for duplicate items, right?
So today in inventory management specialty, we bring you the best quality of life improvement ever, which is this show all button that is down there. So when I look at this striker piece here, for example, I can actually press the show all button. And what this does is it's going to show me every single copy of this item I have, whether it's in my inventory or in the stash. So when you have a piece of item, when you drop a piece of item and you're like, wait, do I have one in my stash? What were the rolls? I don't remember. You can on the spot, and that directly from the loot pile as well. You don't have to have it in inventory. You can directly compare and look at all the different copies you have from
This is a
from
really
that
good
screen. You can
upgrade.
directly mark as junk, mark as favorite, move to inventory, do all of that directly from your inventory.
Perfection. That's the best feature of the new
Yeah,
season.
the most exciting
just
thing
kind
ever.
of paying attention there.
People are
I'm so
celebrating.
excited about that.
All right, so that's basically it.
Well, we're talking about
prototype. I feel
reducing
that,
the time
this
needed,
express
but
a
do
little
they
bit how
also
it's
reduce the
supposed to work,
cost?
but obviously,
Because if
you
it's
should
less
try and see,
costly,
the
then
augments, how you can upgrade them, the different types you can have. I feel that's going to be super fun. And obviously, every season comes with new gear, so we are also introducing new gear to the season that can be, if they're
It's
eligible,
gonna be
like
likely
named
3
items or
months.
brand sets and gear sets, they can be turned into prototype as well. So if you go to your loadouts, Yannick, we should
or
have
about 3, maybe like
the
13 or 14
I don't
months.
see the new items.
I think we should start with the sets, the brand set in the down there.
This one.
They're likely gonna still go for
Yes, this is the Royal Works
3
brand
seasons
set,
per
right?
year,
Yeah.
and then we
I
have
need to
1
find
month
my notes,
already,
but yeah.
anniversary season.
So Royal Works, I have it
So
here.
likely
hopefully
11
these
months
order values
spread
maybe,
over
they might not be final, so
pieces.
that's why it's probably good if you're looking at your notes. But yes, the new gear brand here, so will also be available in prototype. So plus 5% weapon handling, plus 32% magazine size, plus 15% critical damage. The bonuses for this.
Yes.
Well,
and
like,
then
we'll
you
need
just
to see
keep running,
the
just, backpack bulldog.
list,
If you go back there, you should see
or
I
the
have the
list in the
bulldog here.
patch.
the bulldog.
I don't think
Different-
I don't think there's
Yep.
around anywhere for this.
What else do you want me to?
Also,
and, yes,
yeah,
the perfect gunslinger is the chest.
I want to recommend just picking like
this one, Robin.
Yes,
Perfect gunslinger.
gunslinger. We also have the core strength gear set, so if you go to your loadout, you can see there.
I have it.
Yeah, it's gonna be
I have it here.
quicker.
Yeah.
Core strength.
So
wait,
far,
let me- yes, I will-
seems
I
a
will
lot
literally
of
just write it in
weapon-related
inventory.
stuff we've seen.
Okay, so core strength. This is again playing around with stats and with core attributes and all of that. We said it would be a complicated season and a very deep RPG one. So yes, 2-piece, plus 10% weapon handling, 3-piece, plus 5% weapon damage, 5% total armor, 5% skill efficiency.
And those ones
40
were,
bonus
no, not
for each
at,
core
at
of
least
your
not now.
piece. We see 40% of the other 2 cores
I'm
bonuses.
willing to bet that's a
If tiers
future.
count as 15% skill efficiency when these bonuses are
like,
applied.
you know,
Pieces from
year
tier set,
9.
backpack
Hey,
will
you can
feature random
optimize.
cores. So, have fun.
I feel that we can go to the exotic new items. We have the exotic Yeah,
sure, I
we
don't
have
know,
the
I guess.
exotic.
I have the mask right here. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, the mask.
I wonder
the
if it
mask,
actually
yeah,
does
that was
maybe
the one that
do
I was looking for when I
something
went.
with
Yes.
characters.
So investor, what do we have here as a
Because it
talent
might
slotted?
just be here,
Receive
but-
bonuses for each
but
non-color
yeah,
attribute on this item,
likely
depending on
seeing
their color. So you see, I have those three. I have one yellow and two blue.
Equipped
So
stuff
here
from
I'm
other
getting
characters
5%
would
skill
be
efficiency plus 2% armor regen. This
a
item
lot
can
of-
feature any color attribute. This item features
lot
a
of
third
network
random attribute instead of
traffic.
having a gear mod slot. This item cannot feature the headshot damage, health, or skill repair attributes. So again, depending on the attributes you roll here, you will get different bonuses on top of those attributes. So once again, these are kind of like persistent stat boosting sets and items. It's a bit the same as this one. So it's really just about like prepare your build, max out your stats, and then just go rampage.
Yeah, I was going through my notes. There are so many things on this season that I have like
What are the other?
thousands of pages. Yeah, the next one is the Whiplash exotic pistol. This is not the final model of
The
it.
model is not right, yeah.
So we're gonna update that with a new model. But yeah, the new pistol.
Having this weapon holstered for 5 seconds, reloads and primes it. While prime, swapping to this weapon reloads your primary and secondary weapons and grants plus 20% rate of fire, 50% weapon damage until its magazine is emptied. Reloading or swapping from this weapon before its magazine is emptied will remove its stat bonuses. So yeah, you holster it, you let it cook, and then you take it out and you destroy.
And the exotic assault rifle agitator. I saw that some people have noticed that before when you were showing your weapons. Yeah,
But beauty.
this one. with
Agitator is
talent
also, perturb. It's also a prime mechanic. So while this weapon is holstered, generate 50% less threat when shooting. Keeping this weapon holstered for 10 seconds will prime it. While prime, swapping to this weapon grants plus 25% rate of fire, plus 30% weapon damage, and you generate 100% more threat when shooting for 15 seconds. So yeah, same. Holster it, play around with your other weapons for 10 seconds, then you take it out and destroy once again.
We're bringing also two new named
Okay,
weapons. The
but
trailer
that-
is up
what-
there, and I feel
doesn't-
that what's relevant it's the
What?
talent that is also about swapping.
That was already
So
kind of how
perfect
I
back and
understood
forth,
it.
or
Yeah.
this is the perfect version of it.
Yes. So yeah, swapping to this weapon grants plus 13% rate of fire and 12% weapon damage for 10 seconds. Swapping from this weapon grants plus 5% rate of fire and 4.5% weapon damage for 10 seconds. Gonna have to drink a big glass of water after this stream.
Yeah,
A lot
so-
of inventory or menu reading.
Yeah, and I think that's
Flavor
basically
brands, yeah.
everything we had for the new gear. Again, this will be available through PTS.
But I wonder
the
if they've
patch notes will
actually
come
done
later
a-
tomorrow. You're gonna have a lot
a
of things to learn, a lot of things
resource
to explore, a lot of
different,
things to
but
test.
if it's still
I'm
the same
wondering
90
if the weekend is gonna
exotics
be enough for
per
people to try everything that
piece.
we're adding to it, because this is a lot of new content, especially for hardcore veterans. But we're super happy because we're rising up. We are raising the
Yeah.
stakes, and the rise up is all about making it harder and more powerful for you guys who have been supporting us for so long. So I'm super excited to see what you guys think about this.
Yeah.
Anything special you like to highlight from this, Yannick, especially when it comes to feedback?
No, they're basically rounding out.
Like anything you want.
The gear we've already seen this afternoon, and is there a full write up now actually on it? I haven't paid attention to Reddit or anything. Have like a but there's a little bit of a write up on. There was on the announcement
taking
post that
unnecessary
we read
risks.
earlier, having all the items.
I got something.
But
you
it kind
need
of
to
depends
shut
as well,
down.
yeah, on that, how often the things drop, and then also, yeah,
Keep doing that hero thing. You hear me?
yeah, yeah. I'm not a fan, and I likely won't become one. But less casual, the first one. I mean, there's always, like, it depends, right? There's likely a lot of, there's always, people that play it, come in, play for a week, and then, come back like once per season. There is people that play it daily. There's people that play daily and speedrun. There's tiers.
Oh, look who it is.
But one of the things likely is as well, because I wonder as well with escalation, if global events and stuff work in there, I would assume from a balancing perspective that you wouldn't allow that. Also, maybe even seasonal modifiers, but they didn't talk about that there. Because likely escalation tier 10, like it's on the DM, like you made impossible. How impossible is it with Hollywood? Right, if we're allowed to take Hollywood in there or something.
Thanks for taking care of this.
Yeah, I'm gonna go do some bounties
I
here.
got something you might be interested in. Keep doing that
I
hero.
don't know if anybody's interested maybe in joining me if they are in Div 1. Those. Because these are good for GE currency, so. But if there isn't any takers, let me know. Otherwise, I'm just gonna go through them. But yeah, on this I have just this, and that, right? Yeah. This will be will be slow, but it's kind of considering there. Maybe I swap the Ooh, wait. Oh no, actually no, that's not. Although this could become over.
Approaching marked location.
Design change. The thing is, like, same as with legendary and stuff, having something on the top end is kind of nice. It'll drive engagement with people wanting, like, having a goal. For a lot of people, like, doing legendary and stuff is like a long-term goal where, honestly, if you kind of know what you're doing, and especially if you use, you know, how hard was it to solo D-Way with, like, Hollywood and and like the season with Zealot and stuff, right? Like, it wasn't. You could likely do it solo. You could matchmake for it and just burn through it pretty easily. But it's still nice to have, like, an like high level thing for people to kind of. Oh yeah, if you want to join for a bit, if you have an in-game name for me, I can /invite you in before I get started here.
I heard the JTF might be talking to Colonel Bliss.
Things like harvest for escalation, right, and stuff. And for specific events where possible. Likely stuff like that will just be yeah, likely stuff like that won't be part of that. Because I would guess as well, like, Lexington is likely just through upgrade. I wouldn't expect it to have a chance of dropping a classified, or classified, I keep calling it classified. Oh, well, let me know when, if you are, whatever.
Might be talking to Colonel Bliss.
Warning. Hostiles detected nearby.
Fire on target.
Because also after this, I'll likely go and play some missions and such. Maybe we try getting the weekly
Additional incoming
on this
hostiles
character
detected.
down.
Fire at will.
Well, likely after this, I might go and, because I've been meaning to record some stuff. Maybe we do a little bit of that. Well, it's already as well late, so I'll leave that to tomorrow. It's likely tomorrow I'll be only on in the evening, but in the afternoon I'll have like an hour.
Hostiles incoming.
Do some stuff.
Hostiles incoming. Alert. Heavily armored hostile detected.
I optimized the weapon on this, and it feels so much better now. Although these guys are also, this isn't like heroic one yet, it's like the hard tier ones. But they're just optimizing the weapon, helping out there.
All units be advised.
Oh, god damn it.
Riker
Oh yeah, so
near
this
the
is gonna
Murphy
happen
drop
to
at
this
the
character
park
the
on
whole
Avenue
time.
C. Need retrieval team.
Sparrow 5 here.
Because
We're approaching
the
your
second
position
the bounty ended there, it went to the side mission that I still have there. This character, I left all the side missions, mostly to kind of see if we could break the game in some ways, in interesting ways.
All units be advised. We've got people dealing stolen medical supplies out of a park near 20th.
That. But yeah. But turns out actually in Division 1, they have a system where if, like, for instance, there's a bounty here, it'll temporarily overwrite the encounter there. And then once the bounty is complete, it'll phase back to the
You're now entering
activity.
a safe area.
Or encounter, actually, as Div 1 calls it.
Let's have a chat. I got something you'll be interested in.
Glad you're on it, Agent.
kind of funny. Yeah. So, yeah, Olive is definitely a great resource here, and actually, but sometimes I've had their stream in the background. As always, like their vibe.
Warning.
Just
You are now leaving the safe area.
chill and just, you know, always trying to kind of be positive, which I feel we need more of in the world. You mean like compared to expectations? Because I was just expecting mostly, I was aware of escalation, but not per se exactly what it was.
Approaching marked location.
And that's just from people that can see things, you know, that are neoing in the
Warning.
code.
Hostiles detected nearby.
But yeah, I wasn't aware of
Say your prayers.
the other systems. Because a lot of it, like, I think actually gear-wise and stuff, we have an interesting gear set that
Warning.
might be
Additional incoming
fun
hostiles
to play
detected.
around with, but definitely doesn't look really powerful. The brand is a little bit undertuned, I feel, just in general. Actually could use a buff without even becoming actually still not really a contender. Because I feel that last stat, it should be like 10 weapon handling on the first piece, and it should be like 39 crit damage on the third piece, kind of in the way that, you know, it's 10 weapon damage if it's the first piece, 20 on the second. Because you could get away with that because of the two other bonuses not being that impactful. Because then you could have a 3-piece that then basically gets you crit damage, as if you had crit damage for all those pieces, and then the magazine, and then it would be actually at that point a little bit overtuned, but it would be overtuned in the same way that, oh well, to a lesser degree even than unit.
Alert. Heavily armored hostile detected.
Just for a second. But it would be in line with like unit, not per se other brands, but like all the brands. Because yeah, you could 3-piece it for some crit damage, and then you're getting like extra bonuses along the way, which I feel, especially the bonuses, well, not, you know, because for instance, Langmo's bonuses are actually like you don't care about. These you would a little bit more max size and a little bit more, but would still be costly because you can't do 3-piece easily, and for ARs and stuff, it wouldn't really be a useful thing anyway, and even for SMGs, it wouldn't be more useful than 2-piece Sokolov. But yeah, I think you can have that be like 39 crit damage on the third piece, triple stat basically. But yeah, it's kind of the yellow filter of it all is the is the prototype here. I don't think.
Let's talk. Got something new.
Because I would have loved as well just a new difficulty tier, and then we just take whatever we have now into it. Because now as well, with that, and that is a progression. Like I can understand that from a progression system. Like, hey, oh, you get some of the pieces. Now you can like more easily go into a higher tier, right? Now it's because you got the pieces out of it. You can, but it breaks everything else. It like breaks the. To me, it breaks kind of the build system and kind of the variety system here. It breaks kind of build variety. Because once I've upgraded some striker, right, like now there's even less reason because you're going to upgrade your best build, right? Like what you consider your best build. That might be different for different people. Still, there'll be some variety there. Some people will go for the hard shots or something, especially if headhunter like can be made to work in that mode. Yeah, some people, as we were talking earlier,
You just
like,
gave me a reason
who
to
was
keep going.
doing their ODs, I'll definitely like maybe consider an Eclipse as like the second one. But then also once I have that, that then diminishes the value of every other build that I have that isn't upgraded yet, and it'll likely take a while before they're upgraded. So.
Approaching marked location.
Prototype, like everything else, I'm actually kind of for. Well, actually, I'm even for the raid items through retaliation. Except it's weird that it's just for a season. I actually would like it better if it wasn't just for a season, because now we're creating again blueprints that are available now. Because on the other hand, what they could have done is just drop the item.
Hostiles detected.
Just drop the item outright. That way you won't have blueprints that are, you know, next season. No, you can't get this. You should have been there. Sucks to be you.
Warning. Incoming hostiles detected.
But that kind of stuff that can be changed and reconsidered.
Don't get sloppy.
I mean, everything can be reconsidered. Like,
Warning. Additional incoming hostiles detected.
I remember how OP, for instance, Heartbreaker was originally. And then also the response from the dev side being like, no, this is exactly what we intended.
Warning. Additional hostiles incoming.
And then a little bit later, they went like, oh no, this is absolutely not what we intended. But we're buffing strikers. Which was a weird one. But we're nerfing Heartbreaker, yay! And we're buffing Striker to be about as bad. Boo.
Heavily armored hostile detected. High value target has been eliminated.
Jacob's down. Do it by the numbers. March forward.
That's the thing of it as well is like I'm more pissed off at it, but it's for myself. I can totally see myself grinding for prototype gear and it giving me something to do, and especially if that mode is enjoyable enough and the modifiers are not too annoying, because that's also one of my concerns. Like I'm all for just boosting damage and armor and stuff, but because that by itself will eliminate things like just breezing through it with Headhunter.
This area is safe.
We don't have any new targets yet.
This
kind of stuff is making a big difference around the city, so thanks for taking that on.
But the modifiers, like if they're just not enjoyable to fight against, that might get in the way there.
Warning. You are exiting the safe area.
Also, that exotic mask needs to not be 1% regen per blue miner. That's silly.
Approaching marked location.
These guys.
Warning. Hostiles detected nearby.
These weekly bundles are pretty good when it comes to some GE credits from them. The interesting thing with them is also they reset on Friday morning, or Thursday night. Meaning with a global event that starts from Monday to Monday, per character you can do them twice in that week. And then also the caches give you the target intel to actually have the currency to stockpile. So. There I was kind of spraying for the shock, but
additional incoming hostiles detected.
We're back on Predator mark here.
to get that to come out.
Warning. Additional incoming hostiles detected.
Reynolds is down!
Well, actually, on this side I can go there, right? Yeah.
Warning.
On the other
Incoming
side.
hostiles detected.
Sometimes when they spawn from these doors, they don't come out. But on
Alert.
that side,
Heavily
if they
armored
don't,
hostile detected.
there's the yellow area on my minimap. If I leave that area for 10 seconds, I also fail the bounty, so... I always love the sounds of this. Everybody. Especially if we see some cleaner heavies, they'll be they're always the funniest. They turn into cows.
Best gear footage. You're gonna like what you see.
Where's your
let's
back
keep
with
going
this
down
one,
the
okay?
list.
You feel
I'm
like
sure I
taking
got
on a
if
tough
anybody's
one?
interested in joining me. Let me know.
Listening to, wouldn't you know?
That'll be roof one. I'll have to run through that.
Warning. You are now leaving the safe area.
At least with this one, actually, yeah, there's no, like, too hard of accommodations, right?
Dispatch to patrol.
Definitely tomorrow evening, then.
Rikers attacking civilians on
try to
East
get-
20th and 2nd.
Ain't much of a challenge. I love an unfair.
Because I still want to add one of the things I do want. As well, we're likely not going to grind as much everyone as I would like. Because of PTS. Oh,
GTF reinforcements requested.
shit.
Warning. Hostile forces approaching.
Try to not complete any of the side missions. Okay, I'll fail before they'll succeed, so.
Don't hold back. I'm gonna finish this.
Okay.
I'm gonna rush. I'm gonna rush.
The rest still in combat? Okay. Another. I was gonna say, I ran pretty far. Like that rusher short, that's gonna follow me. The rest wouldn't.
Approaching marked location.
I'm weapons free.
Warning. Hostiles detected nearby.
We got a man down. Let's go.
Hostiles incoming.
That's one of the things as well. I feel just like depends how the prototype system is affected by things like targeted and such. But even that would be extremely annoying if it doesn't have selectable target level. Because if you're trying to, for instance, farm one gear set, right, without like upgrading it from upgrading gear, because you don't have that because you know you're not already played the game for 10,000 hours. Either now you're waiting for certain missions to have certain targets and then you just have to farm the shit out of them. And then for that one day that they have it. Or you're relying on like, and then also if it like doesn't get affected by target loot, then you're on full random, and then good luck trying to get like 4 pieces of gear set. Like, that's like trying to get classified pieces here by just, you know, without global and targeting. So that'll be interesting to see.
Warning. Incoming hostiles detected. Alert. Heavily armored hostile detected.
And lasers. Oh, the shock spread? That's a shock spread, I'm guessing, right? Fair enough. Making it specific for this global land and saving them and stuff. Also, it's not like it isn't instantly all dying anyway.
Division, JTF dispatch.
Okay.
Strikers have taken hostages at a gallery on East 20th.
Ah,
Requesting
dummy.
backup.
Okay. Is it the thing spawns in right after the banny? Because also I'll just spread the shock by shooting people.
You are now entering a safe area.
We got a serious threat I need to tell you about.
On to the next. Let's get these last few in here.
Some ugly rumors about this one, so watch your back.
New York.
And we'll see actually if we can get some of the commendations in then. Because I will only have today and tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll have patch notes too, so I want to already like do some prep work for PTS because there's so much in there that we actually want to check out. That
Warning. Now leaving the safe area.
Heads up. 2 o'clock, standing on the roof by the billboard.
Yeah, I see. Single target. Looks like the mustache could use a trim. Target 0.26 mils high. Angle 0.
Yeah. That'll put you at 1,220 meters. That's Darby's record plus 60.
Darby's about to eat it. What's my dial?
Dial 18 mils, 1 click.
Wind.
9 o'clock, 3 miles per hour. Dial left, 1.2 mils.
All right. Package waiting.
Send it.
We need to get out of here. Do you understand? Look at me. Look at me. We need to leave, okay?
You see Darby tell him to get his ass back to target practice? New queen just got crowned.
Hey, listen to me.
and yeah, we all know that that comm is completely fake because hit registration ends at 100 meters. There's no way to how many yards that was over 100 meters. Fake news can't happen. Didn't happen. Not in this universe. Maybe that was in like a Ghost Recon. They broke the realism of their own game. Okay. Get you in here.
We got the numbers. Oh, stand down! Do it by the numbers.
Go find a quieter spot for a sec.
Where do y'all stand over there? Clear the zone.
Another agent. Warning. Additional incoming hostiles detected.
Get that AO under control.
That's finished it before. Treads loaded in. Although we have several waves still here. Our new commendations. Yeah. Although they haven't been great at putting in new commendations.
You're kidding me.
Hostiles incoming.
I like it as well, even if not at the start. As for instance, yeah, countdown and stuff. Descent. I got the recommendations way later. Retaliation still does not have recommendations.
Alert. Additional hostiles inbound. Heavily armored hostile detected.
These guys.
High value target has been eliminated.
Oh. Into my leg. Have a side chat. Not late. We'll grab the next one. I'm kind of looking forward to like seeing how escalation actually works out.
I'm working on it, but I don't have any targets.
From just from a difficulty perspective. And especially adding in damage as well is interesting. Yeah, just inverse gaps. Yeah. Because I can't just tank through it either, but also with enough stacks, yeah, I can't head under through it either.
Approaching marked location.
And I wonder like what the max is. Is it actually gonna be 400%? Like a 3x increase on health and armor?
Warning. Additional incoming hostiles detected.
And also if that's linear, like 2-man is gonna be likely the easiest then. In group and stuff.
Warning. Incoming hostiles detected.
Should be just interesting. Also, I'm curious actually how retaliation matchmaking is gonna work. If it's gonna use descent, like, hey, we get the group together and then it puts you in there. Because also I could totally see it being, it puts it.
Hostiles incoming.
We'll see it in effect.
Hostiles incoming.
Combat. No, that's the damage reduction one. That's not combat. Just don't say even have on this character. So I don't have the weapon handling one I usually have.
Hostiles incoming. Alert. Heavily armored hostile detected.
Tango's out of cover.
High value target has been eliminated.
Yeah. I think there's the last one there. All the yelling.
Readings indicate this area is safe.
Let's do the last one.
Right now. Just be careful out there, okay? Good luck.
Blades. Using as I'm here, I'm gonna run from here. The safe house is a tiny bit closer, but
Warning.
with the loading screen
You are
on
now
top,
leaving the safe area.
we'll just go from here. Then maybe after this, well, we'll first go get cleaned up for a moment. Actually, I don't know, Tread, if you're up for doing some missions. The thing I wouldn't mind doing is, I'm still missing some of the playlist missions with completing them with the extra challenges, or like the modifier zone.
Approaching marked location.
So I wouldn't mind doing some of those.
Hostiles detected nearby.
Especially now that I remember that. Oh yeah, the way to do it is with that support station. So engineers. Oh yeah, this final bounty was like a lot of engineers. Several waves had a lot of engineers.
Alert. Additional hostiles inbound. Warning. Additional hostiles incoming.
Fire at will!
I don't know if you're actually being prestigious, but no, this is not that. No. This is Division 1. But as you might guess from here, it's extra unrealistic.
Alert. Additional
We have
hostiles
taser rams.
inbound.
That's, you know. It's not just actually realism mode, it's anti-realism.
Warning. Additional hostiles incoming.
But now we're playing Div 1. There's a global event going on. That's also, yeah, where we're shocking everything that we're shooting.
Hostiles incoming.
That's the global event, basically.
Alert. Heavily armored hostile detected. High-value target has been eliminated.
Lead back there. No. Yeah, let's take it back to terminal. I think. Let me double check actually that was the last one. Oh, okay. Yeah, if you're up for doing some missions. Let's get first cleaned up there.
Hey, I got something new right here. Feast your eyes on Manhattan's best selection.
I got before. I was gonna say maybe I'll share this with. I don't know if you need some gear or anything, but you seem well geared as well, right? Oh, not that I got anything useful, I think. Nah, I wouldn't activate ever. I was trying to also, last night I tried to craft for commanding, destructive, and then determined on the free slots, and then just any combination to kind of get that. And I used up like 1,000 weapon parts and stuff, but yeah, I didn't hit it. So now I'm out of weapon parts again, so I'm very much gonna try to fill back up on that.
Your attention, please. We will be offering self-defense training for interested civilians on a nightly basis in the area next to the armory.
Don't worry.
This we deconstruct.
Will be open at 0800 hours starting Monday.
How is my new
Register
favorite
with
customer?
Dr. Ellis for appointments.
Let me sell all the gear. Because I don't need any more fabric.
Heard about Houston, New York.
Wait, let me quickly check. And if you're up for it, we'll go and do some of the missions here. Because I've done some of them, but not all of them. And I wouldn't mind. Oh, this is with teammates. Okay. This needs extra material.
New numbers released today on the DCD website look shitty. Boston, Philly, Chicago, Atlanta, San Francisco, and LA. Infection numbers are through the roof. You got martial law being enforced in state and national.
So Hudson and General Assembly. And yeah, Falcon lost, but that's not something we'll attempt now. So instantly lost it. Hudson and wait, I can likely better remember which ones I have then. So Hudson, I guess Lincoln and Times Square is that. So Hudson and General. Let's go for Hudson first. Total blackout. And just completes. Oh, it doesn't even have a difficulty requirement. I'll just matchmake for it. One thing we can take here is, I'm gonna take that too, is the support station with that like prevents you becoming shocked or status affected. So because whenever you put that down, you can just sit in it and just, oh, I don't have that. On this again, yeah, I don't have all the unlocks. Do I have enough for? No, I don't even have enough for to unlock it. Because if we unlock some other stuff, but I didn't unlock this. Well, fuck. Oh, I'll just have to tap fire. But we'll just get through it. Yeah, let's we'll just matchmake as well, get some teammates. And also as well, if anybody wants to join, let me know. That's Smashing game. Yeah, that was I still wonder if that was like
safeguarding any civilians you may come across.
Right.
The math says some
yeah, on
of
this
these people
character,
must have
as you can
survived
see
the
from the
dollar flu.
open world, I
That
haven't
means they've got
done any of the
antibodies
side
to it
missions.
that
So actually, I don't have
need to
access to
hope
some of
and
the
how of
skills
fighting
on
this
it.
thing.
I
And the ones
realized.
who are just sick, having a broader genetic
I could maybe
diversity
swap
of virus
characters
samples will
actually.
help us
Kind of want to
track
get
the
some
virus's
missions
rate
done on
of
this character as well,
mutation, which
just
is
to
a
get.
long way to say, keep those people alive until I get what I need from them. Got that? Great.
And it's also very doable to just do.
Active echo beacon detected.
I'm going for that, not shocking myself now. It's also one of the things you can do is boink. Actually, I need to shock myself a bunch of times anyway. That's easier just done AFK, but. Oh yeah, I keep forgetting. Running actually adds to the forces. I'm running around for a bench. Oh, does it need to be at full charge? Oh, the more charge I have, the more.
I'm clear. Let's get him, guys. I got this.
In fact, not got this.
Alert. Friendly division agent is down.
Right. I guess I think there I can just barely hit him before you did, so yeah. But yeah, as long as we're standing in the thing, it can also just be infinite.
Agent, you need to hear this. Faye tells me the cleaners are holding the entire
That is
tent
a
prisoner.
good sound
That's what it
effect,
looks
though.
like, and it fits the cleaner MO. If you wanted to eradicate every last vestige of detectable virus, where would you go? Wherever the biggest concentrations
Oh,
are.
shit, sorry.
Refugee camps, shanty towns. Jesus, you don't think they'd...
Is that one hittable from back here?
Draconian solution, but highly effective.
No, okay.
Sure, if you're a genocidal
sorry.
maniac. You ever wonder if we even deserve to survive this thing? Every day, Doctor. Every day.
There's no way.
Good luck,
No,
Agent.
we just need completion here.
Warning. Contamination levels increasing.
You hear that, Agent? You're walking into the teeth of it now.
No,
Don't
particularly
forget
about
what
more.
I said about keeping any infected
if you want to
refugees
join
alive.
us,
I
let me
mean,
know.
obviously you're going to try and keep them all
Do you have this
alive,
account?
but I
Otherwise, I
need
can
those
also
virus
invite you.
samples, and I really need viable antibody samples from
But I'll be doing a few missions
so
here.
keep them...
Because likely what I'll go for is
You know what I'm saying. I'm going back to work
getting
now.
some this one and UN then. We just need completions. And then go for maybe doing some linking in to run that. Already actually late-ish. Oh yeah, we're on hard of course. Blowing up all those.
Looks infected.
So that there is no area effect on the bench. So, yeah. Although I'm playing it a little bit wrong. Blowing everything up.
Chemical signature of explosives detected.
Yeah, where are my little flags?
Confirmed. It's Napalm B, all right. With that much capacity, they must be planning
Some
to
of those
burn out the
little
whole damn
flags.
yard. And when they do, they're gonna kill every last refugee in that shanty town. We need that tank moved somewhere safe.
Oh, sorry as well. Yeah, missed a few. And here's what I'm not too well geared either, but good enough. I mean, I have a Predator classify. I'm hoping to still get another extra set of strikers out of this, so that I can maybe equip another character with strikers. I shot this boat there. Forgot that here they.
Don't like the sound of that.
Forgot that wave spawns there. Oh no. I was just looking over there and starting to run through them. Not surprising we're not getting any randoms.
Guns are too messy. Is that thing gonna hold? Fire's best. Not for much longer.
Because also there's that commendation for me shocking myself a bunch. So honestly, it's not the worst that I'm shocking myself a lot. Maybe that falling doesn't increase the charge. But yeah, basically we have inverse ambush. Oh, it is.
I'm clear.
So rush around a little bit more.
Okay, Agent.
So
As
also
soon
what
as you
this
lock the situation
mode
down,
should
I've got
have
a
is
joint
like, if you
Sarah
do that in
JTF
LA, you
strike
get like
force ready to
5
move in.
seconds of
They'll take samples from as many refugees as they
nothing
can
happening.
find. Medical personnel? A couple of EMTs in the mix, Doctor? Yes.
A couple? As in only 2?
The rest are first aid certified. They know how to tap a vein. Get going, H.
Without contaminating the samples, I assume.
Or infecting themselves. Yes.
I'll take your word
One
for it.
Oh, that's exchanging.
Thank you, Doctor. Get moving, Agent.
Can't met back well. Shocked, of course.
This is Dr. Candle, sampling team. Can you hear me?
Patel here. Go ahead, Doctor.
Oh, Lieutenant, good. Listen, I need you guys to log intake info from everybody you get a sample from. Age, gender, ethnicity, general state of health on a 10-point scale. Then label and group the samples according to...
Excuse me, Doctor, but maybe this could wait until we get confirmation the op is actually complete.
It's interesting that Reclaimer is not part of this.
Just focusing on the task at hand. Lieutenant, we'll radio the doctor as soon as the area is secured.
Yes, ma'am. Don't worry, Doctor. We'll get it all worked out.
Like, I feel it's
It's only the survival of the human
really
species we're
the
talking
way
about.
to run this.
Copy that, Doc.
About yesterday.
Patel out.
What was I saying about yesterday?
You know the situation. It's too late for these people here. They're dead, every one of them. But it's not too late for us. If we do what we gotta do, it might not be too late for the rest of the country. So go to work.
Get in there. Finish the job.
It's actually hard we don't get the back spawn here right now. Which I'm fine with actually, we just need completion.
You know what's at stake. Everybody goes, all in.
I stepped just outside of it. Just a little bit. There we go. I don't even remember what I was saying like 5 seconds
drop
ago.
that tank someplace safe.
Usually. Is it somewhere safe? At least no NPCs walking around there. Oh, sucks to be that guy. I feel you're a little too close, sir. Sir, get back. I feel some of those bags hit him.
Solid work.
Yes, good work. Now, sample team, listen up. Like I was saying, I'm going to need those blood samples labeled and
Oh yeah, let's go
organized so we can track
to
corroborating factors.
UNT. Oh yeah, actually, if you don't have the commendations, we can do the full list even, if you have the
This
time.
discussion to a different channel so we don't bore the agent.
Because that's actually what I'm doing here as well, is I was missing just these 2 missions. Oh yeah, so word total matchmake. Because there's a lot of commendations tied to the global event. That one was like the complete 1 mission in the playlist with settings. But there's actually one for completing all the missions. Likely the incursion though is that would take too long right now.
and ready. We just need you to punch the clock.
Clear the south gate and we'll begin the assault.
We could maybe also do the other playlist missions if you still need them. At least you'll have those.
inbound on your position.
Can't hide forever.
Look how they say that to us while they're hiding back there. Alright. Yeah, no worries. But I can get a bunch of commendations. And don't count towards your commendation score, though. Because these global event ones are different.
Without that place on Lexington, we Vikings are on the run. We're through!
Who knows at what time they'll release the patch notes tomorrow.
Once in the tunnels, you'll find the breach site 200 yards north. Leave the JTF squad and go.
But the preload will already have a lot of people going through the files, most likely. I'm getting some bunch of answers.
Target location reached. Deploy explosives.
This one was fake, right? Or was it real? For science!
Warning. Hostiles inbound.
It's a little real. Saw the green in front of me, but yeah, my legs were not in it yet. Smack. There is something satisfying about just running around and smacking.
Hostiles inbound on your position.
Open fire!
Warning. Hostiles inbound on your position. Warning. Hostiles inbound on your position.
I should run out of ammo.
We're getting chewed up pretty bad out here.
This is taking too long.
We need those turrets turned around and the main gate open, now!
This was 16. Alright. Let's see to get dead. I'll punch people.
Don't worry about the courtyard. The JTF can hold it. Take point at the General Assembly.
Bliss is your target. Take him down fast.
Yeah, onward and upward. Let's go Bliss out.
Bliss is your primary objective, but we believe Keener and the Russian are still in the building as well.
Let's go kiss
I've tasked
Bliss.
JTF squads to search for them, but if you see them, don't hesitate.
but I want to hesitate. You hesitate a little bit.
Echo available for playback nearby.
Echo the Dolphin on Sega Mega Drive, available for play.
You'd better hear this. Bliss just broke radio.
You just do that as a
We're trying to
silly
track
joke for
patching it
April
through.
Fools.
Flying son of a bitch, Aaron Keener put a knife in our backs. Anyone not on the wall needs to be
Knife
hunting
in our
that traitor and his
tracks.
weapon playmate down. They are not to leave the compound alive. Am I understood?
There is no wall, sir. JTF forces are in the building. Your helo is prepped and you need to evacuate now.
Mother! Right! I'm coming up. The General Assembly Chamber, go!
Warning. Hostiles inbound on your position.
Jacob's down.
That's a cool sound though.
Sir, we've got eyes on a helo over the main building.
That's gotta be Bliss. Fuck! We missed. Agent, we whipped on Bliss, but his command staff might still be in the General Assembly. Head that way and engage.
Maybe disappeared there. So we need to be at full charge, and the only two ways of charge is moving and shooting. So the second I stop shooting, if I were to not run, basically, I'm just gonna start losing charge. So to be at full charge, I need to be running. Because also if I think, well, actual walking. Oh, actually, if you walk, literally walking, you don't actually gain charge. So.
Warning. Hostiles inbound on your position.
But yeah, we need to be like in that red. Oh, that's not alright.
Okay, now, we still have LMB in the building.
Like I'm standing in the green.
Sorry to cut in, Captain.
Hostile hive.
Agent, this room contains any intel the LMB has on Manhattan. Find a terminal and download everything. We don't know what we don't know.
Lady's got a point. Better do that.
Hit that.
Warning. Incoming hostiles. Warning. Hostiles inbound on your position.
There's a lot of interesting data here. Looks like the LMB had eyes on everyone. There's something weird here. I'll get Rhodes on analysis.
Is it a
right
chopper?
away.
The remaining LMB troops are breaking. It's all over but the shouting, so link up with our
All
people
over
in the
but the
courtyard. We'll see where we go from there.
Chopper.
We're still going
We're on
room to
hard.
room, but the last LMB
Well, no, I
effectives
don't have
giving up. We've
lone
secured
server, so
UN
that's not
HQ.
needed.
It's a damn shame about
We're not
Bliss.
on legendary.
Last eyes we had on his bird, sir. Well, I'll be goddamned. We got a hostile bird over the courtyard. Get to cover now.
We're on hard. We can just shoot
Soldiers
this
of the
thing out
last
of the
man
sky.
battalion, this is your commanding officer, Lieutenant Colonel Charles Bliss.
I'm gonna add one turret here. And
I
then,
tell you, we will
yeah,
not
we'll take the
fall
high
this
ground
day.
there.
We are soldiers. We have survived the virus and brought order to the streets. And we are not going to go down to a bunch of ragtag volunteers who think they know how to fight. Regroup and assault the enemy position. We're taking this place back, and we will fight to the last man.
Wait. What's happening with the...
Knock that arrogant fuck out of the sky.
There.
Agent, I've got reinforcements incoming. Keep them under pressure and stay sharp.
Oh, that was just here. Okay.
Careful, Agent. We still don't know what this thing's capable of. You've got those reinforcements. Stay on them, Agent. Pour it on. You got him. Put that asshole in the ground.
That's right.
That
we
helo
got
took
through the
out the
mission.
master turret controls, but if you can get to each turret, you should be able to realign them manually. Put some heat on this
all I was
bastard.
after.
How about that, Agent? You just killed the CEO of the last organized threat to Manhattan. Wasn't easy, and we lost.
Keep getting confused. There's when there's
you
like a
broke
side
the
mission
LMPs
thing on the
back.
mini map.
Nobody's
There's one
gonna be
over there.
sweeping neighborhoods
I
telling
keep
people
seeing
join
it
and
as
die
like
at
a fourth
gunpoint.
player. I'm just
Not
like,
without
yeah.
Bliss running the show. Still gonna be squads in the
Well,
mountain.
let's get back to base.
Without the big man,
Let's get cleaned up for a second. But then also I need a bio. I don't know as well. Thread if you have any time remaining.
you can handle them every
We'll
day
likely
and
go.
twice on Sunday.
I don't know. Sigs, if you're interested in doing anything
You are
specific.
now entering a safe area.
Otherwise, I will be up for doing some just Lexingtons. Plus, I need a quick bio. Yeah, if, we're gonna know, Thread, if you have still some time left, but that was, yeah, we'll go do some Lexingtonies. So I wouldn't mind getting the 10 missions done
An
here.
agent is now leaving your team.
Because the rest... Well, actually, yeah, how do I get the explosive kills even? Is it crafting and the riders will get done. Explosive kills then.
Come take a look.
Yeah, no worries. I thought this one too. Only was. Yeah. Hey, happy to have you tag along. I was like, let's get some. Wait, how many more do I need? Because also, yeah, if I don't need more than 6. Here's what we got extra steps on these. But yeah, especially we got this up to Falcon Lost, and then likely tomorrow we'll try to get a team for Falcon Lost or something. Not per se in the mindset to do. Well, although that one's not hard, but do something harder. I guess so. Yeah, I need 8, so we'll likely get that commendation done today as well. Yeah, if you're okay with the 6, I'm just gonna take a quick bio. I'll be right back, and then we'll go do some Lexingtons. I'll be right back.
Ah, nice. Thanks, reclaimer piece there. Oh yeah, let's go there. Oh yeah, let me open some of these caches real quick. Because actually, if I get I need a tactician knee pads, but unlikely to get such a specific piece. Although, yeah, and I wanted that here. Those aren't shared, are they? Actually, I'm not even sure. Well, I can just sneak in a few with just an explosive sticky here and there.
Don't be shy. So, what looks good to you?
Hang on to this one. I don't know how good the other one was, but other ones I have. Another striker mask and a tactician vest, which we generally. Although actually on this character I might use that. I'm not gonna keep D3 pieces anymore, unless they're very usable looking. Like that one at least is kind of usable looking. But yeah, holster for instance is not gonna stay. I already have a D3 set together, so.
So I can't give you a bag of that.
Oh, my size just fall? We'll deal with that later. Yeah, let's go and do some Lexingtonies.
Okay, Agent. Those reports of Riker's activity on Lexington just checked out in a big way.
And if anybody wants to join us, let me know. We'll match make here as well. We'll likely do a few here, and then maybe go and try to do some other parts of the...
Yeah, right before they got grabbed off the street. You need to get my people out. Those cons aren't known for their restraint.
And this is a golden opportunity to eliminate the Riker's leadership. Let's take advantage of it.
This is about taking the Rikers out at the knees. There's no one who can replace Lorraine Barrett. She's the one who organized the escape to Manhattan.
They're holding 3 of my people there. If you can get them out before blowing the lid off, I'd be grateful.
All right, get them out first, but don't jeopardize the mission. We're going in on your heels. The jailbreak ends here.
Jesus, thank you. I didn't think I was going to make it. They've still got others inside.
A new agent is joining your team. Warning.
Also, this will get us a bunch of G. Especially once I'm done with
Warning. Incoming hostiles detected.
I need weakened enemies for that, turns out. Although what I might do is just well, that's very annoying in Div 1 is if you put pieces that are part of a loadout, if you put them into the thing, it actually destroys the loadout or like
You're a lifesaver.
breaks the loadout.
I was sure they were
So you can't just put it in the stash, pull it out here, and then just put it back and then like pull it out as a loadout. Oh, actually, no. Tomorrow we still. Oh yeah, tomorrow. Yeah, it's likely not gonna matter. Tomorrow's also the last day of Redline, of course. Totally forgot about that. And we're gonna get a different talent pool. Actually, we'll get another talent pool in like half an hour for Descent. But yeah, nah. I'm gonna.
You need to clear it out.
I'm gonna not. Oh. Deleted there. Someone paying attention. Recommendations on builds. Aside from here. I don't know if you're already familiar with the recommended build list. Is that, of course, it's so fancy. No way of sneaking one in. I'll link to the recommended build list. There's a lot of builds you can go with, especially for instance for solo. For doing a lot of things, things like the tech tank on that list, or making a headhunter. Those can be pretty good. If you want to play something different, red, there's also, for instance, tipping skills and ongoing directive. Especially, for instance, well, ongoing directives let you have or deal with ammo directives. So generally, that's the thing you need for 5 directives.
Incoming hostiles detected.
Lau here. I just heard about Ramos, Captain. Glad we reached him in time.
Thanks for that. My people are getting into position to breach the hall.
Oh, this is not
Agent, you're going to want to unlock the maintenance access. The building blueprints show a security control room down in the basement.
If you mean named enemies as just the world ones, I mean, yeah, there's a lot of ways of dealing with them. Also, yeah, for instance, a tech tank or something might have, because you definitely want to get them, so having some survivability. Because a headhunter against some of the heavies and stuff might be. Although you can always stack it up.
Warning. Additional hostiles inbound. Warning. Incoming hostiles detected.
So far,
cycle
so
a
good.
few
My strike squads are moving in. They'll reach the main hall on your signal.
Well, ain't this some shit?
It's,
Breach! Breach!
it is also very annoying that Saturday I'll be away.
I ain't done with this game.
How to get out of prison?
We can do this.
Go on, kill me! Just one more dead black body on the pile, right? Just numbers to you!
Warning. Incoming hostiles detected.
I'm impressed, Agent. Tricky assignment, but you did what had to be done.
Yeah. You broke their spine, kid.
Grab
With the
the
leader
leads.
dead, the rest are gonna...
Do you like them for shotgun library and those then it's only missing
I don't think we're
actually
quite done with
that
them yet,
person.
but at least now we can get these JTF.
Oh yeah, those oh actually do you, if you craft like them you also get it that way? Huh, I didn't even know that. That was just the ones from caches. The armor on chest and backpack is from Realism. So yeah, you're not getting this. Those ones are especially there. Because that's the stat they're using for the...
All right. Get them out first, but don't jeopardize the mission.
Is it like Legmo pieces in Realism that have like increased armor? That's that.
But also, yeah, that shotgun one and stuff, that's gonna disappear next season.
Warning. Incoming hostiles detected.
But then though it was also the crafted ones.
Additional hostiles inbound.
Oh, that is just generation actually. So it's not just. Oh, that actually makes sense. The ones that I've seen are the ones from caches, just because you sometimes get them from the caches. But I didn't actually verify if that's the only place.
Active echo beacon detected.
170, yeah. Yeah. But yeah, those two are from realism, so you don't get those. You're not gonna get those. There will be no way to bring those
This
out
area
of
is safe.
realism.
Warning. You are now leaving the safe area.
If exotics can't be protoed, especially with some of the, you know, the augments and stuff on them. Some exotics will, of course, do still what some exotics do, like Bestie and stuff, but the general use weapons have already been. Like, that's also one of the reasons I'm not a fan of it. It's messing with a balance that actually, you know, as much as we bitch about balance and stuff, there is a decent amount of balance there. Because situation and things like backfire and stuff will still be backfire, but for just general play. Because yeah, it turns out but yeah, trying to get maxed one is gonna be an interesting conundrum, especially for items that don't drop. Because that means for instance, for Lexington, it's gonna be just actually yeah. So it's gonna be just
heard about Ramos, Captain.
grading Lexingtons to 30.
Thanks for that.
And then
in a position to breach the
upgrading
hall.
them and hoping
Agent, you're gonna want
that
to
you get a
unlock the
guide room.
maintenance access. The building blueprints show a security control room down in the basement.
I don't think this has been well thought through. Because that is an option for some people that have 50,000 exotics components still saved up from back when they fucked up. Proto weapon, that's the new mechanic they're looking at introducing with next season. So we can have prototype gear, prototype weapon. It's basically a new class above high end. They explained, well, they showed it off today on the live stream. There was a dev live stream of it. And yeah, I personally am very much not a fan. Oh yeah, actually I can blow up the pouches. This counts as explosive count.
So far, so good. My strike squads are moving in. They'll breach the main hall on your signal.
Oh, maybe, yeah. Well, I should, like, honestly, I know a lot of people just go like, oh, it should be this city or that. Honestly, any city could be made to work as long as you have a few interesting areas there. That's all you need. A few, like, locations, a few like, you know, stadiums and like halls and stuff like that.
They should be doing hard time.
As for new rarity, yeah, but we're getting a new rarity first, and then later they're gonna rebalance for it, which to me feels backwards.
Warning. Incoming hostiles detected.
I'm impressed, Agent. Tricky assignment, but you did what had to be done.
Yeah, you broke their spine, kid. With the leader dead, the rest are gonna scatter.
I don't...
Let's reset the start. And go again. Do it again. Why we don't have escalation here to escalate it?
At least now we can get these JTF folks back on the job.
Oh yeah. I need my people alive and out there fighting the good fight. God knows we can't afford to lose any more personnel. I owe you, Agent. Hell of a job.
This is about taking the Rikers out at the knees. There's no one who can replace Lorraine Barrett. She's the one who organized the escape to Manhattan.
They're holding 3 of my people there. If you can get them out before blowing the lid off, I'd be grateful.
All right. Get them out first, but don't jeopardize the mission. We're going
Sadly, the mission doesn't progress unless we do. This guy we can let die. We can let this guy die, but not Ramos. Unless this guy is also Ramos. But
You got it. Gonna stun him.
Warning. Incoming hostiles detected. Warning. Additional hostiles inbound.
those pouches are hard to hit.
Oh, you're a lifesaver. I was sure they were gonna kill me, just like the others.
Story reason. I mean, you can make any American city is easy. Like, there's something there that we need to go get, and you know, it's a mobile shade station, or it's an e-mobile shade station, or this is where like Sokolova is, or you can always make up a story reason. Hell, you could even go outside of the U.S., but you would need more story reasons, which is likely why I don't think that will happen.
You are now entering a safe area.
Agent, the hostage is being held on the roof.
Because we are getting some content for that extra difficulty, but then I would have just kept the gear the same and then just mess around with the difficulty side of things. Because honestly, this is just, hey, grind more. Which currently, the grind more, Division, of course, every game is grind, hey. You've grinded in the past, here grind some more. But the grind more currently is other builds, right?
Thanks for the rescue.
It's not incremental improvements to build that you already have, because that is done through optimization mostly. Once you have good enough pieces, you're just going to optimize the rest most of the time, especially for endgame players. Now it's, hey, grind for the same shit you've been doing, but with a tiny bit more damage. And you need the more damage because we made the enemies strong in this one mode. But then also the gear is available for all the modes, and but like, to me, once we start getting some of this prototype gear, I hate to see what it will do to the balance of the open world. The thing is, though, that at least the modifier of the season is not very like super strong anything.
Lau here. I just heard about Ramos, Captain. Glad we reached him in time.
Thanks for that.
Leap.
My people are getting into position to breach the hall. Agent, you're going to want to unlock the maintenance access. The building blueprints show a security control room down in the basement.
Not a big fan of that part. We
Like an overall question here. I would think more like just add master or something that is kind of high enough up there that you need the prototype gear, but then also like we're back to where we were then.
Won't be long.
There's the way that, although you could do it with like control points in a zone or something, you could escalate the zone maybe.
Warning. Additional hostiles inbound.
Okay, it can make it work, but it just like inherently is a system that's more about infinite type of content that like has a beginning and an end, where open world, doesn't have that per se, but yeah, you could tie it to like control points or something maybe. What's going on? Okay, yeah.
So far, so good. My strike squads are moving in. They'll reach the main hall on your signal.
You don't have God rolls, yeah. Well, yeah, you don't even get to like it's every time you upgrade an item. But yeah, that would mean that you do have a way of trying multiple times, but that includes reaching expertise 30.
Thought you might have had the good sense to stay away, but I see.
What?
Breach! Breach!
Is that even?
This time, I ain't done with this game. I'll finish you.
Bunch of criminals. We got the numbers here, people.
Go on, kill me.
Warning. Incoming hostiles detected.
I'm impressed, Agent. Tricky assignment, but you did what had to be done.
Yeah, you broke their spine, kid. With the leader dead, the rest are gonna scatter.
I don't think we're quite done with them yet.
Yeah, let's keep banging some of these heads. I like to go for the full 10 if you're up for it as well, 6. But also, yeah, let me know if you wanna. You're
At least now we
interested
can
in
get
something
these
else.
JTF folks back on the job.
Oh yeah. I need my people alive
But
and
I
out there
wouldn't mind
fighting a
getting
good fight. God knows we can't afford to lose any more personnel.
another 5 in.
I owe you, Agent. Hell of a job.
This is about taking the Rikers out at the knees. There's no one who can replace Lorraine Barrett. She's the one who organized the escape to Manhattan.
They're holding 3 of my people there. If you can get them out before blowing the lid off, I'd be grateful.
All right. Get them out first, but don't jeopardize the mission. We're going in on your heels. The jailbreak ends
The
here.
thing, like something like that, yeah, you can just, hey, we have 3 different passives and, 3 different, or we have like 34 different passives for 3 slots. And there's a lot of combinations that way, but likely 99% of those combinations make no sense without even like considering them. So you already reduce it by likely down to like 10.
Warning. Incoming hostiles detected.
Because there's no calculating there. There's just, hey, this gets you this.
Additional hostiles inbound.
Right? Like, there's no like, ooh, what is the optimal? The optimal is obvious without spreadsheeting. You can just, it's a simple puzzle equation. Like, which addition do we do before multiplication to get the best results out of it? It's Sudoku, but with extra steps.
Indicate an echo nearby.
The thing with it is as well, on the red end, it seems just weapon handling. And then just the actives have some CC abilities and stuff, so. Honestly, for a large part, it'll be just, hey, get some red, get some blue. And then if you're running something that has some skill damage. It's also knowing that it's skill damage and not skill efficiency. Like if it was skill efficiency, you could actually consider, for instance, for a tech tank, skill efficiency is actually very useful.
But skill damage isn't. Skill damage isn't except for, you know, those that are skill damage based. Because even healers and, you know, healer, even Eclipse, like, doesn't care too much about skill damage. It would be the one you would take, but it's not like status effect. It's more, much more. Yeah. Yeah. Thing is, though, I hope with the PTS it'll become clear, but I hope they also have reduced the cost. Because hell, you could have made that reward for this, for instance. Hey, you do the mission and you get randomly, like, your gear or something gets like gear just gets higher grading or yeah, higher grading.
Lau here.
Or something.
I just heard about Ramos.
Okay, every time you complete like
Thanks for that.
an escalation 5 or above, you get one random
hall.
grading on gear.
Agent, you're gonna want to unlock the
Even
main
beyond what
defense.
you have, for instance, stored in your
blueprints
expertise.
show
Then you
a
could grind
security
it out
control
for
room
like
down in the
expertise. Without even
Readings indicate
like
this
having
area is safe.
Because then, yeah. Because I totally get what Bearsy is like. Yeah, we wanted it to have like a really good reward, but when the really good reward costs you the rest of the game, like, it's not a really good reward.
You are now leaving the safe area.
Because yeah, turns out crack cocaine is really good, but not for the long-term health of your body. If you want a dopamine hit, have you tried crack cocaine? Because yeah, just put that on escalation. Escalate through hard drugs. You start with weed and then you go like cocaine and then heroin. You just get a package delivery to your home.
Warning. Incoming hostiles detected.
When you do escalation 10, you get a package of heroin. That'll give you a real dopamine hit. Later tickle. Coming in on the no context there, that'll have confused everybody there, I would hope. But yeah,
So
I did
far,
tickle
so
him.
good.
And
My
thank you
strike
so much
squads
for
are
the raid
moving
there,
in.
as
They'll
always.
breach the main
Much
hall on your
appreciated.
signal.
Hope you had a great stream. Hope you had some fun. Talk right on. We'll get you on some of these before. I don't know, Bearsy has been in here sometimes. Yeah. Although, well, 3 times. Was it 3rd? I keep also. I should give them VIP or something so I won't more easily notice that. Because I just saw them kind of asking about it, and I just gave it kind of the responses I was given.
Go on, kill me. No
Warning. Incoming hostiles detected.
The ironic thing is that she was blind. Okay. Oh no, we can. We can kill you, and we can kill you
Tricky
all.
assignment, but you did what had to be done.
Oh, we have a
Yeah.
14.
You broke their spine, kid. With the leader
Give them a
dead,
second
the
to
rest are...
Robert Elite. Oh yeah, let me catch up here for a second. I'll be behind a little.
I don't think we're quite done with them yet, but
Yeah, thanks
at least
again,
now we can get these
welcome in
JTF
and
folks
welcome in,
back on the
Raiders.
job.
Oh, yeah. I need my
And
people
yeah, we had a
alive
great
and out there
scene.
fighting the
What are
good
your
fight.
thoughts on
God knows we can't afford to
Cheers,
lose any
Delaware?
more personnel.
Hello, guys in.
I owe you, Agent.
Off
Hell
to
of a
take a
job.
break. It's quite fresh. Yeah.
About taking the Rikers out at the knees. There's no one who can replace Lorraine Barrett. She's the one who organized the escape to Manhattan.
This is a part
They're
I know
holding
it back.
3 of my people there.
Oh
If you
yeah,
can get
and
them out
also
before
you
blowing
get
the
random
lid off,
rolls,
I'd
and
be grateful.
All right.
you might get
Get them
lucky.
out
You
first,
might not.
But don't jeopardize the mission. We're going in on your heels. The jailbreak ends here.
Yeah. We were talking about the, like, it being, you know, the rewards for Escalation. So definitely prototype is gonna live rent-free in my head for a few days, although we'll extract some rent. We'll make the video on it. I'll wait for patch notes tomorrow to have maybe see what clarifications are in there, but even before BTS, I want to make a video on it and give my reservations and my why I think just inherently, like even without like discussing implementation or like drop rates or anything beyond even all that, it's I think it's a bad idea. Yeah. Anyway, we're doing some there's a global event going on that you might have noticed the screaming and all the shocking and all the screaming and the shocking and the screaming. But it is a global event. Blacklist. Sorry, what was the blackout? I had a blackout there.
Agent, the hostage is being held on the roof. You need to clear it out.
Let's see, it was interpretive dance, actually, what I was in. I had a blackout about blackout. Anyway, I'm kind of on my second account. In January, kind of with the Survive Best rerun. Kind of started actually a second account here in Div 2, or from Div 2 in Div 1. And this account isn't geared well yet, so I'm kind of grinding here just for... Also to have something to do, and they're still not very well geared, so... Trying to get some builds for them. And here we're just farming Lexington, which is, yeah, just for the global event currency, but also, yeah, I'll go and finish the weekly. This will be the 10 missions. And then later on, I'll go and get some rioters and some crafts and some explosive kills.
Negative, Ramos. We've got this. Find a secure position and hunker down.
No, it'll be the stats round. Unless we're talking about the mask. So yeah, when you upgrade to prototype, which is I think the conversation you guys were having, right? It will be the same stats.
I just heard about Ramos, Captain. Glad we reached him in time.
But you get the same stats, and then at least it'll be at that level or higher.
Position to breach the hole. Agent, you're going to want to unlock the maintenance access. The building.
But yeah, it is not inherently at max right away. Or, you know, a max roll. If it's like max. Yeah. I just having even segregation in, because one of the things I always love about Div 2 especially, and Div 1 has the issue with classified, like, but at least classified is not too big of a grind, but like it's just more of a, because the issue with there is more at least with classifieds here is much more that kills build diversity and stuff. But having like, hey, oh, I have this build. Oh, what are those purple pieces? Oh, those are prototypes. Oh, how do I get those? You won't. You, new player starting out right now, you won't for the next, like, likely till your SHG level 1000 at the very least, because even like if I can't imagine going into some of those harder contents even with just, you know, without the watch, for instance, unless you're getting carried. And if you're getting carried through that content, the content has failed because it's not hard enough, right? Like if 3 people can carry 1 person through it, although likely they will be able to, but then once, you know, later on, once 3 people have like full prototype gear. But that's not going to be the case for a while. That's not going to be the case for like 2 seasons at least. But now it becomes like, oh, you can't have this. Also, oh, the layout that I have, because the crit chances and crit damages are different. Oh, the layout that I have, you can't copy this directly.
Everybody all right?
Keep it up.
Like all of that is just... And the thing is also, now it's so close to release that I'm not sure there is enough time to change it on their end and enough time to convince them not to do it, maybe. But also, I don't think there is convincing them to not do this. Like, this will likely take a bunch of dev time and stuff. To a degree, it will happen, but then what I'm gonna
I'm impressed, Agent.
make my video about is just like, hey, the degree of which,
You broke your spine, kid.
like, make it, because even if the gear is like,
I don't think we're quite done with them yet.
let's say instead of
Now we can get these JTF
15
folks
weapon
back on the
damage,
job.
it's 70.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Like, it's a little bit more expertise. And then the minor stats are the same. That's already an upgrade. Like, veteran players will go for that, right? And then the augment on top. Or even not even more stats, just the augment. And then make the augment strong enough to...
Hell of a job.
Not too strong, but strong enough that it matters. Which already they seem to be.
There's no one who can replace Luray Barrett.
Like that reloading one, or like the magazine one. Especially if it's once at like 5%.
Get them out first, but
And
don't
you have
jeopardize
multiple
the
of those,
mission.
like,
We're
even
going
that
in on
could
your
be good,
heels.
like-
The jailbreak ends here.
Yeah. I have a lot of trepidations about prototype. Here. Terrible for TD1, yeah. It is now the balance that is here, but yeah. Because also, for instance, here, like, classifieds are way too strong. There's of course still heroic above this, for like, but this is supposed to be, this is challenging. But challenging is Division 1's heroic, and yeah, we're just blowing through here. And I don't have a good gear. I know 6 has a good setup there, so definitely. I'm not sure if the other two have good setups, but especially if you're like 3 strikers and a tactician here, we just blow through this content so easily. Let's rest for them to chase. I'll stay with the guy to talk to him. Let me talk.
Oh, you're a lifesaver.
Echo available for playback nearby.
But yeah. And then also, yeah, not having optimization. Because that's also the other thing, like even in Div 1, once you have the classifieds, if you like... If you have the right pieces at least, because that'll be also the thing for, you know, looting and stuff. You have... For classifieds here, you have 2 recalibrations, but on primitive pieces, you sometimes need 3 stats to be there in a way. Including the core. So sometimes you have stuff like that, but for the most part, like my striker and your striker can pretty much be the same, with a little bit of time invested, optimizing it up and stuff. When the rolls on that, because actually I think that's worse. I would rather it, like, even if you have that system, just make it max rolls all the time and just fuck it. Don't have a randomness to it, because now as well, oh, I got lucky and I have an equalizer with all 3 stats maxed out, so I have like 2% more damage than you.
Thanks for the rescue. Thought I was a dead man there.
Good luck. Try to get similar equalizer. Alright, like, try to get a guard roller equalizer. What, you can't? Skill issue? Yeah.
Negative, Ramos. We've got this. Find a secure position and hunker down.
And that's an order, Sergeant.
Incoming hostiles detected.
Although, not particularly, honestly.
Lau
On
here.
4th
I
account,
just heard about Ramos,
I'm
Captain.
already on heroic
Glad we
with
reached
like
him
a
in time.
shitty striker. It's not fast,
My
it's not
people are getting in a
like
position
it's
to
not
breach
as
the hull.
comfortable.
Agent, you're going to want to unlock the
Yeah.
maintenance access. The building blueprints
It's
show
not
a
as
security
comfortable as,
control
like,
room down in the basement.
Some other builds, but mainly. Yeah, but that's not. Yeah, but no, don't give the people that already have more power than the rest, more power. Yeah, exactly. So, why are we replicating like real world issues by just creating a 1%? Water, yeah.
Warning. Additional hostiles inbound. Warning. Incoming hostiles detected.
So far, so good. My strike squads are moving in. They'll breach the main hall on your signal.
In the current order. Yeah, the thing is, it's just also gonna, yeah, because we can use it everywhere else. Like, honestly, it's doing the inverse of its stated goal. Yes, we'll have more challenge in escalation, but everything else just became easier. Everything else just became like legendaries and stuff already. Plus, also, even with escalation, like it depends on. We'll have to see global events working there or modifiers. Because yeah, if we have another season that's Zealot, right? Not specifically Zealot, but you know, Zealot anew. Who cares how much % more damage they have? Who cares how much more armor they have? If you have Hollywood, if you have reanimated, right? If you have ambush and assault.
I'm impressed, Agent.
What the fuck does challenge matter?
But you did what had to be done.
Yeah, you broke this fine, kid. With the leader dead, the rest are gonna scatter.
Because the challenge issue is not just also difficulty in content, it's also that modifiers and global events are way out of whack. For Arson, and I remember it too. I remember it like it was yesterday. I did it yesterday as well.
God knows we can't afford to lose any more personnel.
I remember grinding Lexington like it was yesterday and today. And also like last month with last global event. Likely next month with this.
My people there. If you can get them out before blowing the lid off, I'd be grateful.
All right. Get them out first, but don't jeopardize
well, foremost. As well, we're jumping back into Div 1 here and there times. I've been enjoying, yeah, doing the global events and such. But also I gave myself a little bit of incentive because actually with main account I wasn't doing the global events towards the end of last year anymore. I had the challenges done. There weren't that many people jumping in to Div 1 consistently. Understandably too. Because there was a lot of stuff happening in Div 2 later on. But here I've started a new account for Div 1. This was always my second account already in Div 2.
Oh, you're a lifesaver.
But now it has also Div 1 on it. And just having a new account with new characters and stuff, and you know, not having everything. Because that was the thing with main account. I had all the commendations for global events and stuff. I had all of the... Basically, I had one of every gear set. Also to a degree that was good. I didn't have stuff to farm for. But yeah, just making a new account kinda gave it a second lease on life.
Warning. You are now leaving the safe area.
We're starting to gear up here again as well.
Agent, the hostage is being held on the roof. You need to clear it out.
And then yeah, they're talking about like bumping up the challenge of other things in the future, but then just don't do prototype. Like don't do prototype. Keep that part, because if both numbers go up, it still doesn't fit. Like, you know.
Because then it is just advancement just for the sake of advancement. Which definitely is part of RPGs, but the end game of Division, especially, I could totally see that for Destiny or something. Like, that's how Destiny works. That's also why it has resets and stuff. And, you know, hey, the light level goes down and you level back up again and stuff. That makes sense for there because there's, like, basically per class, you have, like, 1 or 2 builds that you go for. And that's it. Division is more about width. Like, it isn't about, like, oh, I have a striker and I'm just going to max it out. It's about, oh, I have a striker, but then, oh, hey, let's go try tipping skills. Hey, let's go try Coco. Let's try go Eclipse and Tech Tanks and, you know, FI and...
That's in order, Sergeant.
on and on and on.
Incoming hostiles detected.
It is about, like, going wide.
Lau here. I just heard
And then
about
now
Ramos
the current cap on builds
Glad we reached him
outside
in
of
time.
expertise is
that.
not that dissimilar.
My
Like,
people are getting into position to breach
yeah,
the
sure,
hall.
going from one build to
Agent,
another
you're
and
gonna
you
wanna
don't have the
unlock
expertise, you'll
maintenance
feel the
access.
difference.
The building blueprints show a security control room down in the basement.
Or, you know, going from, hey, I have a striker with a maxed out Lexington, I'm going to tipping skills, and I don't have a maxed out, like, M60 or Big Alejandro. You'll feel the difference, but it isn't as big as this is going to be. Like here as well, the fear is like once you have one build maxed out, it's just going to be so much of an incentive to just run that one build. And then if the cost isn't significantly lower, that's also just going to be a reality because even I, like, currently, like, I'm kind of saving up my exotic components. I don't have any gear at level 30. Because why would I? Most of it is in skills and in weapons.
Warning. Additional hostiles inbound.
There's also kind of a nerf to skill builds even as well. Because, you know, you can have a little bit more stats from your gear, but if you have prototype weapons versus prototype, like the skills not being prototype,
So far, so good.
and you
My
can't
strike
have,
squads
you
are
know.
moving in. They'll breach the main
Because
hall
also,
on your
what
signal.
does that thing do to skill tiers? I still haven't figured. Like I'm sure we'll see. Because the stats get 1.5, but a skill, what does that like? Is 2 skill tiers now 3? Is it 1.5 skill tiers? Because yeah, without that as well, like this is an all-round nerf to skill builds, which yeah, skill builds really needed that. Right? They were so powerful they needed it. What? No, they were the weakest shit. Buff those. Those were into that, yeah. I mean, I'll assume that. But that's why I'm kind of joking with it that way. But yeah, that's kind of fucked up.
Warning. Incoming hostiles detected.
Because it's not like weapon builds needed buffs.
I'm impressed, Agent. Tricky assignment, but you did what had to be done.
Yeah, you broke their spine, kid. With the leader dead. Scatter.
I don't think we're quite done with them yet, but at least now we can get these JTF folks back on the job.
Oh, I just kind of
I need my people
talk
alive
about that. I
and out
don't
there
think it's a
fighting a
good
good
idea.
fight. God knows we can't afford to lose any more personnel. I owe you, Agent. Hell of a job.
I try to like
This is about
kind of understand it from
Rikers
their
out
end
at
as
the
well. They're
knees.
kind of talking about
There's
it
no one
like
who
yeah,
can
they
replace
wanted
Lorraine
to give
Barrett.
something
She's the one who
to
organized the escape to Manhattan.
They're holding 3 of my people there.
well, kind of, you know, to give that feeling of getting loot again and stuff. And that part I can
Get
get.
them out first, but don't jeopardize the mission. We're going in on your
Because
heels.
yeah, nowadays there's definitely, you know, 90% of what we get we don't care about, and even exotic components. It's just deconstructing anyway. Having something that, hey, having something that, oh, shiny, this dropped, oh, I want to see what the stats are and stuff. I can get that, but yeah, it needs to be
balanced against the rest of the, like, just going for the dopamine hit. That was also the talk we were having with, like, yeah, just fucking send cocaine then to people. You want them to have a dopamine hit? Have you tried cocaine?
Warning. Additional hostiles inbound.
Just, when you finish escalation 10, you get a package of a kilo of heroin sent to your door. Now that's some loot.
Oh, you're a lifesaver. I was sure they were gonna kill me just like the others.
Yeah, they likely won't elevate heroic. There'll likely be a new difficulty level to go inside or to match up against the prototype gear. But now, yeah, you've basically created a problem for yourself to solve later on. And then also, yeah, everybody that doesn't have prototype gear is stuck on the lower difficulty. And now also, what is the reward for that new mode? And how does that break the game?
Readings indicate this area is safe.
Agent, the hostage is being held on the roof. You need to clear it out.
Warning. Now leaving the safe area.
But also, even then, without like having prototype skills, even though you could, of course. But then those would be actually too strong with. That would be more consistent to get than a weapon. Also, because you can't have that. Although, well, you could actually have the stats. Would be kind of weird. Oh, and oh, actually, yeah. And thanks for joining, and yeah, have a good rest. Yeah, thanks for helping out there. Much appreciated. This is gonna be my last one as well. As we'll have 10 out of 10. I'll try to bang out the weekly on this character, and then maybe go to a different character and do a named run.
Negative, Ramos. We've got this. Find a secure position and hunker down.
And that's an order, Sergeant.
Warning. Incoming hostiles detected.
I mean, eventually it'll become a thing that will be more and more available.
Lau here. I just heard about Ramos,
like
Captain.
the raid exotics
Glad
and stuff
we
like
reached him in
that.
time.
Or
Thanks for
other
that.
stuff.
My people are getting into position to breach the hole.
That's a progression like
Agent,
that
you're gonna wanna
you
unlock
get.
the
But then
main
also
attack
what you get,
The
because
building
one of the
blueprints
things
show
what
a
Beers was
security
saying, like
control
it's,
room
you're
down
not
in
going to
the
be
basement.
maxed out right away. And I totally get that, but I'm sure I'll be maxed out eventually. Right? I'll like people like me will grind out enough to be maxed out on all of the pieces and stuff, depending on, you know. Or if that's not possible, then your system is also still kind of fucked up. Eventually, you know, assholes like me that play way too much will be maxed out. Like, you can't use that as a balancing factor.
Almost seems too good to be true.
Oh, I see. Get him there. Take these idiots out. He's dead.
Warning. Additional hostiles inbound.
Roger just rushing past both of us.
Warning. Incoming hostiles detected.
You're way out of your league.
So far, so good. My strike squads are moving in. They'll breach the main hall on your signal.
As this as a system as well, eventually will become more and more available, but it's still going to mess up your balance for the short term, at the very least, and then in the long term still as well. Because
Yeah.
Thought you might have had breach! Breach! Move, move, go, go, go!
I just wish they didn't.
Not this time! I ain't done with this game. Yes. Can't even fight fair.
Because also this messes with the balance of all the gear sets and everything. All of the gear sets that are a separate multiplier and not feeding from stats all have an advantage now because which is basically buff the striker, but also versus OD and stuff. But then, for instance, Umbra and that dipping skills and stuff that are feeding into stats, they'll actually in relation go down. In relation to striker, go down because they're gaining less by feeding into pools that already are diminished.
I'm impressed, Agent. Tricky assignment, but you did what had to be done.
Yeah, you broke their spine, kid. With the leader dead, the rest are gonna scatter.
I don't think we're quite done with them yet, but at least now we can get these JTF folks back on the job.
I should reset it for them if they want to.
I need my people.
Because also, yeah, I don't think they're gonna not do it at this point.
To lose any more personnel. I owe you, Agent.
Because honestly, likely the augments would have been enough of an incentive without the
This is about
stats.
taking the Rikers out at the knees. There's no one who can replace Lorraine Barrett. She's the one who organized the escape to Manhattan.
They're holding 3 of my people there. If you can get them out before blowing the lid off,
Benitez, could
I'd
you-
be grateful.
All right.
You
Get
know
them out
what?
first,
Why I would be
but don't
grateful
jeopardize
if
the
you
mission.
shut
We're
up.
going in on your heels. The jailbreak ends here.
Okay, Agent. Those reports of Riker's activity on Lexington just checked out in a big way. A JTF team confirmed that's where their HQ is located.
Yeah, right before they got grabbed off the street.
This should be
You need to get
affable.
my people out. Those
Where is
cons.
this even playing? What? Go away. Yeah, what was that voice line even playing?
Some government freak cooked it up for whatever reason, and it got loose or got turned loose. And you all laughed and called me a conspiracy nut, which, to be fair, I kind of am. But that ain't the point.
Because one thing as well there is like, just for myself, I'm not per se against a system like that from a personal perspective. It's gonna be something to grind, I'll grind the shit out of it. But there's a difference between like what I want and what I think is healthy for the
I'm not saying nothing. I'm just saying that where I sit, I can paint a picture, and it's not a pretty one. If this cat is on the loose in the city, we could be in for a rough ride. But Rick, I'm hearing you say, what if this guy is just an innocent bystander? What if he doesn't have anything to do with this? What if he's just some happy-go-lucky schmuck who just happened to specialize in this stuff and be in New York when his theories got put into play for realsies? Well, guess what? Even if this guy is a freaking saint,
Let's open our caches here. Oh, it's been past one. Okay, I have new dailies. Just know this. Said it, yeah. Or partially does that, but that'll work better in the division than it will in something like